Good evening, Evangel faithful, and welcome to the Evangel Sports Complex here in Montevallo, Alabama for tonight's game, the girls basketball showdown, as your Evangel Lightning hosts the Ezekiel Academy Knights. The temperature has dropped over the last 24 hours, and it may be the ice in the veins of these two squads. Your Lightning are led by head coach Taylor Engelbert, while the Knights are led by head coach Derek Johnson. In the broadcast booth tonight, who is on camera? I've already lost track. Jimmy Holmes is on camera. Marcus Holmes is producing and running the stream. My name is Matt Holmes. I'll be doing your play-by-play. And welcome in once again for this varsity game, doing the color analysis, Natalie Holmes. Natalie, how are you tonight?
I'm doing really well tonight.
All right, well, the Lightning have had a strong start to this season. They're boasting a 10-3 overall record and sitting atop our region with a 7-game winning streak, capped off by a hard-fought 53-20 win over Heritage Christian Academy. Ezekiel Academy enters this battle undefeated. Natalie, they are 23-0. That is a lot of ball games. They're sitting atop their region and ranked in the state. Their offense has routinely blown teams out, including big wins like 68-19 and 61-16 over Wiregrass, showing they can score quickly and efficiently. Tonight is more than just another game. It's going to be a true test of Evangel's preparation, heart, and execution against a very powerful and disciplined Ezekiel squad. Natalie, what are some of the keys to victory for Evangel tonight?
Well, I think the biggest keys are going to come down to the way we play our defense tonight. We're going to have to press them very hard, and the good thing is that with our two seniors, with Cassidy Dixon and Rachel Casimiro, they do a really great job on their basketball IQ, and they're really going to have to control this game.
Absolutely.
Those two, and mainly we do a great job on Coach Engelbert on which defense patterns she picks up. So it's going to be really important to disrupt their flow. We cannot let them get into a groove. That's going to be the biggest thing. For our offense, it's going to be continuing to do what Evangel does very well, which I harped on this the last game, but we do such a good job on our set patterns and how we just every 3 to 4 shots, we have a lane open. And that is just fantastic, and it's what we have to do to keep those lanes going and keeping them open tonight. As always, with any game, rebounding is going to be very, very important. We hate that rebound isn't even necessary, but going after our rebounds and getting those second shots is going to be very important. And kind of going along with that ball control, it's going to be very important to minimize our turnovers. So that's kind of my keys for tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things, Jimmy, if you can get a good tight shot of their squad, you'll notice, Natalie, they have a lot of athletes over there, 16 girls on the squad. So we could see endurance down the game might play a big part of this. And as you mentioned before, we have some great leadership on our team with Rachel Casimiro and Cassidy Dixon out there. So some final thoughts before they start, rounding up and getting ready. Tonight's game is going to be a clash of strengths. Both teams are very well coached. Both teams can put up a lot of points on the board. And I think one of the things you talked about disrupting their game, I think controlling the board, rebounding, I think that's going to help because this team shoots. If you go and look at their stats on Max Preps, they have a lot of shot attempts. They make a lot of them, but they shoot the ball, and what that means is they're getting a lot of rebounds. So our girls inside and outside will have to make sure they're following the shot to get those boards to disrupt their own their offense. And as you mentioned, I'd really like to see some press going on. We didn't see a whole lot of that last week, but I think with a game like this going up with such a strong squad, 23-0, that's a season for most squads. And we only have about a month and a half left in this season. But hey, that also could play to endurance. Maybe they've played too many games. So, again, it's going to be an exciting matchup here tonight at the Evangel Sports Complex here in Montevallo, Alabama. I'm just getting ready to take a deep breath, Natalie. This is going to be an exciting game. So, as you're watching the teams warm up out there, and you were kind of coming up, preparing for this game tonight, you talked about the disruption. And another thing, talk about what you mentioned, what we talked about last week, spreading the love around with the ball.
They have just, it is so ingrained in them at this point, and it truly, that only comes from the great coaching and just practice. But they're so ingrained on keeping their couple of lanes opening, and they just are very effortlessly when they're passing to each other. They're very team-oriented when it comes to their passing.
Right.
They're, as we've said before, we just don't really have ball hogs. They do, right. But I mean, you can tell their system that's very that the system that works very well for our squad, which is they're bringing it down. We set up. We make several passes, and somehow we generally have 1 to 2 girls every 3 to 4 passes where the lane is open.
Right.
Last time we were home, right about on the outside, about halfway up the free throw line, Taylor Owen just had, as we commented, it's like you had a smiley face or an X with duct tape. Every time she got the ball there, it was her night.
It was totally her night.
And then, obviously one of the strongest ones is when we open it up and get that pass into Rachel Casimira.
Mm-hmm.
She moves more when she has the ball, but she will definitely take those 2 or 3 steps driving towards the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we get ready tonight, I think they're getting ready to start the invocation and call it out the starting lineup. So we're going to take it down to the floor for that. And that was the national anthem, and we're getting ready to get going with the starting lineup first for the visiting Knights, and they're traveling here from Montgomery, Alabama. And I've lost my sheets, I think.
I put all my sheets on top of your sheets.
There you go.
And as we're looking at the starting lineup, one stat that just is incredible when you look at the Ezekiel stats is they have 2 girls who scored more than 200 points this season.
That is wild. The first one's number 3, Gianna Johnson, the junior. And I missed that. Number 5, Addie Newell.
And those are the 2 that we wanted to shut down.
Number 10, Samaya Ballard. Number 20, that is Sarah Catherine Johnson, and I believe I missed one. And here's the starting lineup for your Evangel Lightning.
The one that you missed was Gianna Newell, number 14.
And here comes 33, Cassidy Dixon. Number 23, Rachel Casimira. Number 25, Taylor Owen. Number 22, Sadie Walters. And number 2, Karis Armstrong. And we are ready to tip off here in Montevallo, Alabama. Let's see who's going to be the tip-off. Looks like Taylor Owen's going to be tipping off for the Lightning. Last week it was a real slow start, no score for like the first 4 minutes. And Taylor gets the hop on that jump as Cassidy Dixon brings it down to the edge. Gabby trying to make a pick. Looked like it was a block there by number 10. That's Samara Ballard as they slow it up the court.
One thing to note, it does look like Rachel Casimiro is not dressed out. So one of our starters and our leading scorer.
Oh, and I think I said Rachel was out there. I meant Gabby.
Gabby is out there starting this morning.
This
evening.
Yeah, first 3 is missed by Sarah Catherine Johnson, and I believe that went out of bounds, yes, on the Knights. So the Lightning will take the ball, and we see right away the Knights are having a full court press on our Lightning. We'll see how they handle this as Cassidy Dixon's trying to make room. They're kind of backing off as soon as we got it in bounds. Great pick by Gabby. A lot of moving around in the paint. Gabby's now at the top of the key, looking to make some noise, drives it down to Taylor Owen. Owen with a jump shot down the baseline. Gabby with the rebound, and I believe she's going to be fouled, so she'll go to the line for the Lightning.
Yeah, and Gabby is about 46% on her free throws, so close to 50.
Yep.
If we get some more tonight, let's get that percentage up to 50.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things we wanted to see improved upon from last week, or those free throws, as she throws up the first one, 1 for 1 for Gabby. 100% tonight. Let's keep that average rolling.
There's just something about getting points on the board
Absolutely.
first.
And she trains the next
does.
one. That'll help out the stat row. So your Evangel Lightning up 2-0 early on in the first minute of this game between the Lightning and the Ezekiel Academy Knights. They get it down low to their post player. That's number 3, Gianna Johnson, with over 240 points this season. I think we're probably going to see that a lot tonight, them trying to get it down to her. But that's where our defense is going to have to post up strong. Gabby down there, Taylor down there. Cassidy calling out some direction to her team. So trying to set up a play. Gabby drives the lane, blocked.
Well, right now we're not in that groove of getting those passing lanes open.
And a great pass down to number 14. That's Jillian Newell.
Yeah, right there, Ezekiel got a hand on it, so it is going to be Evangel's inbound.
All right, so the Knights up 4-2, and Cassidy called with a traveling. So that's going to be a turnover for the Knights down in, obviously, under their own basket. So let's see what they have cooked up for this inbounds play as they just toss it up to number 10 for a jump shot, and it drains it. That's Samaya Ballard. She averages 8.4 points a game, so she's definitely a weapon on this Knights team. Cassidy with the jump shot, just goes off the rim. Armstrong almost came down with the rebound. But Ezekiel Knights just making things happen early on, but it's a missed layup. And then they get their own rebound and put it back in. It's now 8-2, and that's one of the things we talked about earlier is getting those offensive and defensive rebounds to try to disrupt their game.
Yeah, because right there, that's 8-0 run.
Yeah.
We scored the first 2. Now they have scored 8.
Yeah, so a good pass down to Karis Armstrong. She draws a foul, so she'll be at the line for the first time tonight. And misses the first one. Before tonight, she was 3 of 10 from the line. Sadie Walters getting some final instructions from Coach Engelbert on the sideline. And just off the back of the rim, Gabby Armstrong almost comes down with it. They're going to call a jump ball. between Gabby and number 10, Ballard. So the next time that happens, we've seen it happen a lot this year, a lot of jump balls between both our squads.
A lot of jump balls the last game.
So that's Newell bringing it up the court. We're in a 2-1-2 kind of zone. She had a look at the three-point. They're doing a great job moving the ball around. Again, there's a rebound we got to have down there as they put it right back up for another 2 points. That was number 3, Gianna Johnson, one of their highest scorers on the team. Sadie's bringing it up the court, trying to look for somebody down low as it gets it over to Cassidy. Cassidy off the rim, gets her own rebound, throws it back up just over the rim.
Yeah, the biggest thing we've got to do right now, especially on offense, is settle down and trust the process. We're starting to throw quick shots or kind of hold on to it. We really got to settle down.
Yeah, and Coach Engelbert agrees with you right there. She calls a timeout. Marcus, why don't you take to a real quick break?
Noble Bank and Trust provides banking and financial services to meet a wide range of business and personal needs. Noble Bank and Trust. Welcome to personal banking.
Locally owned and operated by the Bates family, Clanton Tractor and Equipment has been a Kubota tractor dealer since 1988, located in Clanton on Highway 31 just south of historic downtown Clanton.
All right, and we are back after a very short timeout. Natalie, any thoughts of what we can do to slow this team down?
Well, one of the things we can do to slow them down is to control the offense, to really – it feels like we're turning it over. The possession is changing very rapidly, that we're not holding on to the ball much. We're taking some pressured shots. Just then they got pressure on us, and they got to steal.
Yep, and all their shots seem to be coming in on layups when they get a breakaway. And they're playing a man-to-man defense, something we haven't seen really all year. So, again, that's a little bit of disruption as Cassidy tries to drive in for the layup. They grab the rebound, and again, it's kind of a 2-on-2 situation and lays it in for the easy layup. That's Addie Newell, another 200-plus point scorer for the Knights.
Yeah, and the biggest thing we got to do is just take that deep breath and get some points on the board, and frustration can lead to mistakes.
Addie Newell again with a steal and a layup, this time to the right side. And quickly the Knights are up 18-2 over our Lightning. As Cassidy Dixon trying to bring it up the court. A hard fall on both the ladies, but they both get up. This Ezekiel Knights team very aggressive on defense. And again, when we're so used to playing the zone defense, trying to match up with that man-on-man as a substitute looks like the entire bench to give their girls a rest. And we talked about that. We may see some endurance issues as the night goes on for the ladies.
And one thing that I noticed when Ezekiel has the ball is they don't miss the second time. If they get that rebound close to the board, they're not.
Yeah, that's one thing we talk about a lot in both the guys and the girls game. They're playing very just high-Q basketball. Once you get that rebound, don't put it back down on the ground. Go right back up. And the Ezekiel Knights ladies team is doing that. It's a nice layup, but it bounces off the rim. We get the rebound. Sadie's trying to bring it up the sideline, and I believe she did step out. And, again, we got to find an answer for this press, this full-court press that the Knights have us in right now. So we're approaching 3.5 minutes left in this first period.
Yeah, and the Knights are on an 18-0 run, and they're not taking big, dramatic shots. I'd say most of these at this point have been a lot of layups or the rebound shots. And biggest thing we have to do right now is, as I said before, not panic, take that deep breath, trust the process, trust our passes. That one just was kind of playing ping pong almost with itself, and
that
then
was
finally
Hadley Sermon who made that jump shot right there. And again, another errant pass by the Lightning. Like I said, I think some frustration and maybe just uncontrolled urgency that we have going on out there. Ladies just need to take a deep breath. This is very early in the game, and we certainly have the talent to come back, as that was a great pick and roll right there. That's going to be out of bounds. So what happens on that? If it hits the top of the basketball, the backboard, that is considered out of bounds. And I think we're we're showing a little bit of signs of, without Rachel Casimir and her leadership in there, I think we're seeing some signs of a challenge, at least for our ladies right now, as that's number 43 for the Lightning, Anna Catherine Lee, and another traveling call on the Lightning.
Yeah, that's the second or third traveling call we've had, and plus a few stepping out of bounds. So just a little unraveled at the moment, a little nervous.
And a wide open three-point shot right there. That was number 00, Atlantis Richards. And Cassidy Dixon bringing it up the floor. The Lightning need to move around to try to have an open lane. We almost looked for the three right there. Nice jump shot. Cassidy with a great rebound, goes back up, blocked, and Gabriella knocks it out of bounds, so that's going to go to the Knights.
Yeah, the biggest difference that I see is a little bit of that difference without Rachel being in there. Cassidy Dixon's just really trying to drive to the basket, and we're just not being as fluid.
Yeah, and she just weaved her way through the defense right there for an easy layup. That's where that zone defense has to crash around her. That was number 2, Abigail Dupree, as Walters trying to make something happen, gets it to Dixon. Dixon trying to drive the lane, nothing there. Great man-on-man defense by the Knights. As Lee is trying to find something to happen, loses the ball. And that's going to be Dupree, gets it over to number 4, her sister, I'm assuming, Hope Dupree. And again, they're just coming down with every rebound, and like you said, going straight back up, and that's been so effective. Again, a lot of disruption on this Evangel Lightning offense. Traveling call on the Knights as number 4 checks in. That's River Owen.
Yeah, because this is something that is foreign to Evangel at the start of this game, is we've not actually scored a basket yet.
Another traveling call on Cassidy Dixon, and some questions on kind of the sideline, a little confusion there. That's her second one tonight, and Cassidy rarely, if ever, has a traveling call.
I'm a little perplexed.
So that was Aiden Taylor with the long shot. Cassidy trying to drive it up the floor. We had a 3-on-2 play, but they were quick to get back on defense. Gabby goes up with a shot, but fouled by 00, Alanis Richards. So she's going to go back up to the line. She's 2 of 2 tonight from the line. Our only 2 points for tonight, so that wasn't that hard to remember.
I would like the stats to be a little harder to keep up with.
Yeah,
at the
absolutely.
moment.
Her first shot just off the back of the rim. Taylor Owen giving her a high five for some encouragement. And the second one, it just popped out. That's Richardson comes down with the rebound. Looking for a seam. Should be a charging call, but they call traveling because it looked like number 4 for us, River Owen, had her feet set.
She had her feet set.
And 00, Alanis Richards, a little slow to get up. They may call an official timeout. But she's going to shake it off. So that's going to be Lightning ball. As Gabby Casimir will inbounds this. Again, they have a full court press, 37 seconds remaining. Ball kind of bounces around down there. Cassidy gets it under control. Gabby with a good pick. And that jump ball should be Lightning ball. Yep, that's going to be Lightning ball with 28 seconds remaining. And Gabby gets it out to Dixon. And again, this man-on-man defense that they have is Casimir gets on a rebound, goes back strong for an easy layup. That makes the score Evangel Lightning 4. The Knights 24, so a big lead for the Knights early in this ball game. And just nobody out there to guard them for an easy, wide open shot. That's number 21, Hadley Simmon. So after the first period, our Lightning are down 22. The score is 4-26. Marcus, who are our first period sponsors?
Exit Realty and Mandy Welt and
Team Massey Properties.
Team Massey Properties.
All right, thank you, Marcus. Sometimes those icons are a little small to read. But we thank our sponsors each and every time we're able to bring you this broadcast. They're the ones that actually bring this broadcast to you each time we hit the red light on the camera as it's getting ready to start this second period. And as you see our cheerleaders over there trying to get the crowd hyped up, encouraging our team as our Evangel Lightning are huddled up. Coach Engelbert over there drawing up some plays, maybe trying to try something new. I'm guessing we might have a few new looks coming in the second period. But again, the Knights just very impressive. They've had basically 10 girls in, 5 in, then they substituted 5 out, and they still have 6 more ladies on the bench if they want to bring those in as well. So, again, what we're seeing, a very well-disciplined team by the Knights as we break both huddles, and the Knights will inbound the ball at the half court on the far side.
Just the biggest difference of the game is they're just not missing that many
They're
shots.
not. And like you said earlier, they're going after high percentage shots. And there's another turnover. Gabby almost with the steal. Continue.
I think the point was made.
Yeah, they're not missing a lot, and they're taking a lot of good they're getting the ball deep in the paint, and that's just one thing that's concerning is our defense, that zone defense, is not crashing down like they should. As Cassidy puts up a jump shot and a hard run-in between Cassidy, and that's number 20 for them, Sarah Catherine Johnson. So I think they're getting a blocking call on number 33 for the Lightning. So bringing up the court is Addie Newell.
She's wide open.
Yep, and drains a 3 for the Knights. And I think there's a size issue, too, right now. A lot of the smaller frame girls for Lightning trying to go up against some of these stronger Knight ladies, that's making a difference as well.
And we've talked about this before. We have 3 seniors on the team.
Mm-hmm.
1 is on the bench tonight. And we have no juniors.
Right.
And the rest are 8th graders, some freshmen, and a couple of sophomores. So, you know, right now we have 2 upperclassmen, and the rest are all younger players.
Yeah, and you're asking a lot right now from Cassidy Dixon, trying to lead this team from the top of the key. Is this going to be out of bounds and remain Lightning ball?
But one thing that I just saw Cassidy do, which was she was kind of coaching one of her teammates during that last play, kind of going, come up here, come over here, with ball movement.
Yeah, and that's the great kind of leadership you need as we throw a shot up from the top of the key, misses it. Gabby tries to save it. No Lightning were there to help out as this Knight offense, again with the rebound, she loses the ball. I think it's going to be a jump ball. That'll be the Knights' ball. But you see the aggression underneath the board as that's number 3, Gianna Johnson, one of their top scorers with over 240 before coming in to tonight's game.
And I think one of the things that is difficult when you have a smaller squad that we do when you are missing a starter, and in this case it's a starter who was our scorer, Cassidy is trying to do 2 things.
And Cassidy just went way downtown from the top of the arc. That's number 33, Cassidy Dixon. And, yeah, I mean, you talk about a big-time player missing Rachel. She's got 118 points on the season and averages over 12.5 points a game. As, again, wide open, and Addie Newell answers right back. As she coming into this game, she was 32% from the arc. She has 19 threes on the season as there's a loose ball on the ground.
Yeah, Sadie just lost control of the ball when she was being pressed. But we really need some of the other girls to be able to get into their spot on the floor where they can get some scoring in to take a little of that pressure off Cassidy.
Absolutely. Gianna Johnson tried to shoot it from way beyond the arc, went off the front of the rim and went out of bounds. So the Knights are calling off the Dogs right now. They're not pressing. But they're right there at half court to meet Cassidy Dixon. And she had a lane open there for a layup, a little reverse jump shot as Karis Armstrong in there for the jump ball. I thought that was going to remain our ball. I guess I was wrong. Oh, the tie-up down there was not a jump ball, so
Okay.
it kept it to them.
Well, she went hard for that
Yes,
ball.
yes.
And we're going to have to. This is going to have to be a fight.
Yeah, this is an all-around team. They're good. Obviously, right there, she's had 3 3-pointers tonight.
Yeah, she just did 2 in a row.
Goodness gracious, as they're getting ready to substitute 5 more girls in there. And for the most part, we have the same starting 5 out there for the Lightning. Taylor Owen's still getting some rest. River Owen came in for her. But a big substitution for the Knights as they're going to take over, and the score's 35-7. The Knights on top. And here comes, that's number 43 for the Lightning. That's Anna Catherine Lee in the game. She's going to give Sadie Walters a little bit of a breather. And just misses, but again, they grab that rebound. Open jump shot, in and out of the bucket, but Gabriella Casimira comes down with a great rebound. One of the first times we've seen the Lightning come down with a defensive rebound where the Knights did not have a chance to put it back up for 2.
Yeah, and the biggest thing we got to do is just to continue to try to get the open lanes and get back to a little bit smoother passing.
Yeah, and as you can see, they're pressing us hard, and that's number 2, Abigail Dupree, with an easy layup. Still 3:47 and just not paying attention, and the ball knocked out, and the Knights take the ball over, pass down below for an easy layup. So 3:34 remaining in the second period. Cassidy Dixon trying to go to the baseline. There it is, open. If she had turned around maybe a half a second earlier, but throws it in for a nice layup. Great job seeing the paint was open down beneath. Goes around, nice layup, 2 points for Cassidy.
And I think one thing that has been affecting Evangel tonight is, you did touch on a little bit earlier, they just have some very tall girls with some long arms, and they really are getting in our face when we're trying to dribble and shoot.
Absolutely. And River Owen with a great turnover right there for the Lightning. Let's make some points out of this. We get it down low to Gabriella. Karis Armstrong trying to get the rebound, but no. Alanis Richards comes up with the board. Great job staying her ground. That's number 43 for us, Anna Catherine Lee. Got to get those rebounds.
We do.
And I think you can see a little bit out there. We got some hands on hips, so I think endurance is playing a little bit of part in this game. As number 41, that's J.J. Newell, drains a 3 for the Knights. They are lighting it up. They already got 42 points here in the first half, and they just averaged 59 a game. And Alanis Richards goes in for the drive and it's going to be fouled by Cassidy Dixon. I believe that's her second of the night.
And I think this is just where we have a lot of inexperience on the floor.
Yeah, she's 21 of 42. Go ahead.
No, that was.
Yeah, I mean, it's inexperience. And, again, they have 16 girls over there that can be taken out to keep their legs fresh. As it's a long rebound. Great job by Lee. It's going to be a timeout. It's a timeout called by Coach Engelbert. 2:02 remaining in the second period. So we're going to take a quick break. You're watching Evangel Lightning Basketball.
Located in the 1022 Tower right next to Shelby Baptist Hospital, Dermatologists of Birmingham has been serving all ages in the Shelby, Chilton, and Bibb counties area for almost 20 years. Discover healthier, more radiant skin with Dermatologists of Birmingham, your trusted experts for comprehensive medical, surgical, and cosmetic dermatology care in Alabama. Visit their website to book an appointment today. When lightning strikes, call Craig Doris State Farm, your local neighborhood agent. With over 20 years of service, Craig and his team are ready to help you navigate life storms. They provide customized planning and risk management to protect your property, provide financial relief in loss, and realize long-term investment goals. Contact them today at craigdoris.com.
All right, and we are back after that long timeout break. The Lightning going to inbound it to Cassidy Dixon. Now it looks like the Knights, they started out in a 2-1-2 zone, and then they came to a man immediately. It's an errant pass right there by Anna Catherine Lee. Nice little lay-in by 41, J.J. Newell. And Newell saw that pass right before it was even thrown, so a great steal for her. As we get over to Lee, she's trying to drive the lane, goes up, and she's going to draw a foul and go to the line. So great job, Anna Catherine Lee, seeing that lane open up and driving to the hole.
And to this point, I think Ezekiel's had about 8 or 9 different players score, which that's hard.
Yeah.
To defend that.
Yes, and drops in the first one. So first time tonight we're seeing double digits for the Lightning as we see the Knights sub out a new set of Lady Knights in there. So they got fresh legs as we're still playing most of the ladies who've been in since the beginning. And Lee almost grabbed her own rebound. Great job, Cassidy Dixon, to set us up for another chance. And she was fouled at the three-point line, so she's going to go to the line 3 times.
Well, she just was on the line, so
yeah,
maybe that helps loosen her up.
Absolutely.
Quelch the nerves.
And drains that one. Before coming into tonight, she was 0 of 2 from the line, and she's already doubled that. So great job, Anna Catherine. And there's 2. This could be a big three-point play. Keep that same rhythm. And just off the front of the rim, but Karis Armstrong, there's a nice steal by Taylor Owen. Go up strong as she gets it out to the top of the key. And Annalie Catherine from the 3, and guess what? Way downtown for the youngster. She is just an 8th grader for the Lightning and made some big-time noise. 5 points. Really, I think 6 points.
The last 6 points
in this possession
have been from Anna Catherine.
And she's all over the place on defense. I think she may have gotten her hand on that, but they're going to say Lightning ball. So a 3-point attempt by the Knights does not go. The Lightning 15, the Knights 44. 54 seconds remaining in this first half.
Like to get some points on the board here.
Anna Catherine Lee wanting the ball, showing some leadership at a very young age. Let's hope Dupree tries to get it down. Looks like to number 25. That's Felicity Herod.
Yeah, she just overshot her teammate there.
So 36 seconds remaining. Dixon bringing it up the court for the Lightning. Casimir over to Anna Catherine Lee, and again, way downtown for the Lightning. She is padding those numbers early. She is responsible for, 9 of our last few points?
Absolutely. At this
half
point,
the points, yeah.
The last 9 points. And that's hard to do.
Yes.
You're an 8th grader. You're younger, you're smaller, and she's just giving it her best right now.
Yes, she is all over the court, making some noise on the defense. Get her favorite flavor, Gatorade, so she's ready to go at the second half. So your score, it's a disappointing 44-18. The game is not over. We can certainly make some adjustments, and we saw that at least at the end of the second period. As we're getting ready to go into this halftime break, we're going to have it down on the cheerleaders. But before they perform, Natalie, any thoughts before we go to the break?
We just have to do a better job passing and getting open.
Yeah, I agree. Well, stay tuned. We're going to take it over to our cheerleaders for their performance, and then we're going to go to break. All right, great job by our Evangel cheerleaders to take us into half. As you see the boys varsity coming out to get a little bit of warm-up, we're going to take about a 5 to 6 minute break. Please stay tuned. Listen to what our sponsors have for you. You're watching Evangel Lightning Basketball.
Are you wanting to buy or sell recreational land or a farm? Call William O'Neill with Base Camp Country Real Estate at 205-470-7812 or email william.o'neill@basecampcountry.com. Base Camp Country Real Estate. It's more than dirt, it's a lifestyle. Visit Helena Hollow Entertainment Farm and Pumpkin Patch in Helena, Alabama for a day well spent. With everything from zip lines and 100-foot slides to live llamas and kangaroos, Helena Hollow has some form of fun for everyone in the family. Helena Hollow is open throughout the year for seasonal events including The Patch, Supper with Santa, Princess Brunch, Mother's Day Rodeo, and offers 3 event venues for birthday parties and other celebrations. Come see Helena Hollow, where the good times grow.
Veritas Financial Partners, your partner in financial clarity. With decades of experience, they offer one coordinated plan for your investments, tax-smart planning, business, and legacy. At Veritas, it all starts with a conversation and ends with a strategy tailored just for you. Veritas Financial Partners, your partner in financial clarity. Contact them at 205-598-1781.
With over 20 years of experience, Keystone Surfaces can make your natural stone dreams come true. They have accessible pricing and the staff is always working to make sure their clients are 100% happy with the final product. They work with granite, marble, quartz, quartzite, onyx, and soapstone. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, call Mandy Welch with Exit Realty Cahaba and trust the experience that counts. With over 17 years in this business, Mandy Welch with Exit Realty Cahaba has sold homes, flipped homes, and helped countless families and investors achieve their real estate dreams. Whether it's your first home, your forever home, or your next big investment, she's got you covered. Call Mandy Welch at Exit Realty Cahaba today because your next move deserves to be the right move. There's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to planning for your future. Chandler Financial Group understands that your financial goals are unique and your needs are going to change at various stages of your life. With over 28 years of experience in financial services, they can help you tailor a financial plan that meets your unique needs. Call Chandler Financial Group today at 205-620-9499 to schedule your free initial consultation. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Osaic Wealth, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC. Osaic Wealth is separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Osaic Wealth. At Davis Orthopedics, we understand the toll that athletics can take on our bodies. Our sports medicine services utilize cutting-edge surgical techniques and rehabilitation to help patients recover from injuries and surgery and get back on the field. Appointments are available online at mattdavisortho.com. Matt Davis Orthopedics is a proud supporter of Evangel Lightning Athletics. Enhanced Dental is redefining the dental experience by helping you achieve and maintain comprehensive dental wellness. Dr. Morris and his staff are highly skilled and trained in several areas of dentistry, including preventative and general dentistry, root canals, dental implants, and cosmetic dentistry. They pride themselves on providing painless dentistry with a focus on aesthetics and helping you maintain a healthy smile for life. Contact Enhanced Dental today to schedule your appointment and experience extraordinary dental care. Strike lightning. Team Massey Properties has 44 years of real estate knowledge and experience serving the real estate needs of Shelby, Jefferson, Chilton, and surrounding counties. Offering aggressive marketing strategies to position your property for the sale in an ever-changing real estate market. Commercial, residential, investment, land, and farm real estate services. Call or text Matt Massey for all of your real estate needs. Let's go Lightning! Window Wonders 205 is a local residential home window replacement company. We replace your old windows with high-quality, American-made, energy-efficient vinyl windows that have easy open and easy clean features. Our windows are tinted, filled with low-E argon gas, and come with a lifetime warranty. Tad Samples is your owner, salesperson, and installer, so you only have to deal with one person. Please call today for your free estimate.
My favorite part about Media Club is broadcasting the games. We learn how to do the audio-video setup, and producing a broadcast is a lot of fun.
We got to make the graphics for social media posts and learn how to update the ECS Athletics website, and we love Mr. Scott's birthday cake.
Noble Bank and Trust provides banking and financial services to meet a wide range of business and personal needs. Noble Bank and Trust. Welcome to personal banking.
Locally owned and operated by the Bates family, Clanton Tractor and Equipment has been a Kubota tractor dealer since 1988, located in Clanton on Highway 31 just south of historic downtown Clanton. From minor bumps to unexpected injuries, Southern Immediate Care is here with expert care when it matters most. If you aren't feeling well, visit Southern Immediate Care in Helena from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week at 225 Helena Marketplace. When lightning strikes, call Craig Doris State Farm, your local neighborhood agent. With over 20 years of service, Craig and his team are ready to help you navigate life's storms. They provide customized planning and risk management to protect your property, provide financial relief and loss, and realize long-term investment goals. Contact them today at craigdoris.com. Are you wanting to buy or sell recreational land or a farm? Call William O'Neill with Base Camp Country Real Estate at 205-470-7812 or email william.o'neill@basecampcountry.com. Base Camp Country Real Estate. It's more than dirt, it's a lifestyle. Visit Helena Hollow Entertainment Farm and Pumpkin Patch in Helena, Alabama for a day well spent. With everything from zip lines and 100-foot slides to live llamas and kangaroos, Helena Hollow has some form of fun for everyone in the family. Helena Hollow is open throughout the year for seasonal events including The Patch, Supper with Santa, Princess Brunch, Mother's Day Rodeo, and offers 3 event venues for birthday parties and other celebrations. Come see Helena Hollow, where the good times grow.
All right, we are back. About a minute to go before we tip back off. And just had one of my most favorite dinners, Uncrustables. Thank you, Natalie.
You're welcome.
That's my go-to dinner when we call these games easy on the road. And it's really Coach Smith that got us onto these when you were doing all the football stuff.
Yeah, I'd go to Sam's and get boxes of Uncrustables for some of the away games where they'd be on a bus for a couple hours on the way home.
Yeah, they don't last very long.
They did not.
It just goes to show the classics always work. All right, Natalie, I'm going to let you talk for a little bit while I help out with some technical difficulties.
All right, well, we are getting ready to get into our third period here, and the score is 44 Ezekiel to 18 for Evangel. We did talk about this was a very unusual game for Evangel here at home, and the last 9 points, which would also be half, were scored by one of our youngsters. Anna Catherine, number 43. She had some twos, some free throws, and a 3.
Yeah, all the way around. As we inbounce it to Dixon, she's trying to make something happen inside the paint, picks up the ball. Thankfully, Gabby was there, tries to get it down to Armstrong just off the fingertips, and here come the Knights.
And just when we have the ball, they're just cramming their defense into the paint.
Yeah.
And we're not driving.
Right.
Because they're all crammed in there. So hopefully Coach Engelbert, obviously, she analyzes the game, and so I'll be curious to see if there's any changes she makes to move the ball more on the perimeter.
Yeah, so our defense, we're now in a 2-3. We were in a 2-1-2 zone as we get the rebound right there, which is huge. So no points for the Knights as it's 18-44 to start out this third period. Gabby at the top of the key.
And when you're coming into this third quarter,
that should be off on. Yeah, that was blocked.
Your thought process can be is very important because you just have to come in almost not looking at the scoreboard where you're getting yourself discouraged or frustrated. What changes do we need to make to score and start controlling this game?
Well, I think one of the things we might have to do is this going to be a turnover right there for the Lightning. We may just have to spread out our offense. We're not able to get it underneath, and if they're going to play man like they've been, some pick and rolls to open up some of our ladies for at least some closer jump shots to try to get it down there, or some pick and rolls where we have something that we saw last week with Taylor Owen right there underneath the basket. So I'm not sure what that call was.
I was not able to pick up on that either. But we inbound it here from Casimira to Dixon. And I feel like we're a little, like you said, a little more spread out on the perimeter. They called that on Dixon.
Oh, so okay. Well, so Dixon might be in some foul trouble right now. So 6:38 to go in this third period. No score yet in the second half as they drive the lane for an easy layup. That's one of their top players, number 5, Addie Newell. She's averaging 11.5 points a game, but those numbers are going to go up after tonight.
Yeah, we're definitely feel more spread out, more on the perimeter, but and on that one, just Armstrong didn't know it was coming.
Yeah, she wasn't ready. It was a great pass, great eyes right there by Cassidy Dixon. And Gabby Casimiro with a great jump ball. I call it a block, but that's going to remain the Knights' ball. But like you said, it was a great pass right there by Dixon, and I think that could be an opportunity for us to get the ball down into the paint. And Addie Newell, very dangerous from beyond the arc with a great rebound. But Karis Armstrong pulls it down this time. I would like to have seen Cassidy take it to the hole right there. Good eyes down to Taylor Owen down below.
It's going to remain Evangel ball.
Yes. But good job, good eyes. Taylor just needs to go up strong right there as soon as she gets the ball.
I'm sorry, I'm very distracted by the fact that somebody just brought the student section a stack of about 20 pizzas.
I'm not so much distracted as I am jealous. I had 2 Uncrustables. I'm a big man.
Well, you also have your dessert in there.
Oh, I do have my dessert, yes. The iced animal cookies. I love those things. All right, there goes Cassidy. Throws up a desperate jump shot, and they come down with the rebound. We're just not setting our feet and making those high percentage shots. Gabby right there in the paint, not allowing anything to happen.
I will see that we've been in the game for, 2.5 minutes, and they have scored 1 time. So we are pressing more on our defense.
Yeah, I would like to have seen Sadie just pull up for that jump shot right there. There's nobody around her. I understand she was trying to get it down to Taylor, but it was a great opportunity to shoot as they have a player over here on the sideline. May have gotten something in her eye.
Might have taken an elbow.
Okay.
To the
They move it around the side. Nobody was there, and they're going to call a foul, I believe, on Gabby. So that's number 3 for them. That's Gianna Johnson. She's going to go to the line, and she is 40 of 60 this year. So been at the line a lot this year, 67%.
Yeah, at this point, Ezekiel has played 10 more games than we have.
Yes,
We've played around. This is our 14th. This is their 24th.
Yes.
I believe. So.
Oh, and they come up with the rebound. We have got to get that ball right there. Thankfully, it goes to Lightning.
Yeah, and you also don't know how much with playing the extra games and having played more this season, if that gives them a little extra step.
Absolutely. Good job getting it down to Gabby. But like you said, they're all over. We try to get it down to Taylor in the past, just wasn't there.
Yeah, it seems like anytime we have the ball, there's 2 to 3 defenders. And then somehow when we pass it, there's 2 to 3 defenders. I mean, they are very aggressive on their defense. And it's smart because they're getting their hands on the ball.
Right.
It's not just wild and crazy.
So a nice, easy open layup for Jillian Newell. Coming into this game, she had 43 points.
But that's 4 points in almost half of this third period. So we have definitely made some improvements on our defense.
Yeah, Sadie Walters throws it up off the backboard, which leaves them wide open. That's number 5, one of their top scorers, Addie Newell, an easy layup, and that's just why getting those rebounds are so important.
Absolutely, very important.
So the Knights getting ready to come in with a big substitutions. We try to get it down. It looked like over the back. Yeah, they called it. Over the back as they try to get it down to Gabby Casimira.
Because at some point you want them working for those shots.
Absolutely. All right, so fresh legs in there for the Knights as the student section continues to munch on that yummy-looking pizza down there. Thankfully, I can't smell it. That'd make it worse. Oh, and Grayson Holmes shows up with pizza in my face as Sadie tries to get it down into the paint, drives it for the layup. Taylor Owen gets the rebound. Anna Catherine Lee right there, very dangerous with the ball. And an errant throw, and that's going to be a turnover as the Knights will inbound it from the side. I like the good ball work right there, but just an errant throw, and that's going to be a turnover.
Yeah, our communication has not been as fluid this night.
And it makes it tough when you're playing such a great team that the Knights are. And wide open 3, and she almost tries to get her own rebound, so the Lightning will take over. And you can see we're moving a pinch slow, and it's tough when they're subbing out 4 and 5 ladies at a time with fresh legs.
Yeah, I believe they played their entire bench the first half.
And they're doing a great job on this man defense, really making us work for it. Got it down to Gabby. Gabby spins around. She's going to draw a foul. Going back to the line, that was on 0-0, Alanis Richards. As Grayson just still stands right next to me, chomping on this yummy-looking pepperoni pizza. I will say I'd rather look at the pizza than his face, so we're all good there. A lot of silent stares right back at me. You can feel the ice fill up this area up here as Gabby attempts her first free throw. And drains it. She's been great from the line tonight.
And that is our first points of the second half.
All right. And second attempt, nothing but the net. As we have 20 points, the score is Evangel Lightning 20, Ezekiel Knights 51. Just over 3 minutes remaining in the third period. And we're at that 30-point mark, so they might start doing a hot clock as Anna Catherine Lee comes down with the rebound, gets it over to Sadie Walters. Sadie driving towards the middle of the court, knocked out of her hands. Gabby Casimira right there, ball still out. They're going to call jump ball, and that's going to be the Knights' ball. Jimmy, can you tell us who the third period sponsors are?
Yes, sir. We have Base Camp Country Real Estate. And we also have on the right Noble Bank and Trust.
All right, thank you, Marcus, and thank you to our sponsors as the Knights.
That was Jimmy.
Oh, thank you, Jimmy. I said Jimmy, and then I got used to saying Marcus earlier. Marcus on the camera now doing a great job as Cassidy does a Euro step, nowhere to go. And
just a quick insert. I don't know if you've explained it to the viewers before, but Marcus and Jimmy Holmes are identical twins.
They are.
So you at least have a slight excuse for calling them by the wrong name.
Yeah, and there's a timeout, so I'm going to take a timeout on my brain to figure out which kid is which. So we're going to take a quick break, Jimmy. He's going to send this commercial. You're watching Evangel Lightning Basketball.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Call Mandy Welch with Exit Realty Cahaba and trust the experience that counts. With over 17 years in this business, Mandy Welch with Exit Realty Cahaba has sold homes, flipped homes, and helped countless families and investors achieve their real estate dreams. Whether it's your first home, your forever home, or your next big investment, she's got you covered. Call Mandy Welch at Exit Realty Cahaba today because your next move deserves to be the right move.
And we are back. We have a great shot of our cheerleaders over there doing what they can to get our girls back in this game. It's not impossible, but maybe improbable. We're down 20-53. If I do the quick math in my head, I'm going to go that's around 33 points.
That is 33 points.
And great job, Taylor Owen, getting it down to Gabby, trying to drive the lane. And she's going to draw a foul and go back to the line where she's been very successful tonight.
I believe she's 4 out of 6 at least.
I'm going to let that big, beautiful brain keep up with that because I am not. Oh, just in and out.
And so far for Ezekiel this second period, they've had 2 different players score, I believe.
And just off the front of the rim, but the Knights come up with the rebound, really pressing it hard down the court. Great job by Cassidy Dixon, who draws a jump ball. And that's going to be Evangel Lightning ball. So great heads-up defense by the Lightning.
Yeah, that was a great defensive play right there to get the ball back. Any turnovers are great.
Absolutely.
Where you're giving yourself a chance to score and you're denying them a chance.
All right, Anna Catherine Lee looking for some help. Picked up the ball and trying to get it to Cassidy. She does. Over to Anna Catherine Lee. And they're just all over us, just swarming like a bunch of angry Yellow Jackets. But great shot by Gabby Casimira.
And that was a good job of Cassidy Dixon when she got the ball to get rid of it quickly because she was right on the half-court line. And we would have lost the ball if she'd stepped back.
And a deep three by Richardson. But, again, they come up with the rebound. We had 3 girls right there, and still the Knights end up with the ball. As that's number 13 for the Lightning, Lily Benson coming in. Fresh pair of legs for us. Let's see what she can bring. They get it to the top of the key, steps in for a jump shot. Nice jump shot by number 35. That's Aiden Taylor. She's got 30 points on the season.
And she is the 3rd player for Ezekiel to score during this half. And Lily Benson, she is a freshman, so another underclassman. And this is her first time into the game tonight.
Cassidy Dixon moving the ball. Great, good jump shot. With 45 seconds remaining in this period, saw an opening and took it. We need more looks like that tonight. Good job moving the ball around the perimeter. Lightning still in this kind of a 2-3 zone defense as Anna Catherine Lee trying to make some trouble for the Knights. And they're just going to kind of hold on to the ball, trying to run the clock out, at least through the end of this 3rd period. Lightning defense doing a good job moving their feet. And Richardson comes down with the rebound, draws a foul, so she's going to go to the line. That's Alanis Richardson. She's got over 100 points this season. So very talented athlete for the Knights. And her first shot, high arc, drains it. That takes the score 56-24. Her next shot off the back of the rim. Benson with the rebound, loses it on the dribble. They try to throw it back up before the buzzer. No good. So the score after 3 Ezekiel Knights 56, Evangel Lightning 24. We just haven't had an answer for them all night.
Well, when you look at the breakdown of the scoring by quarter, the first quarter, Evangel scored 4, then they scored 14, and then 6. With Ezekiel scoring 26, 18, and 12.
Wow.
So their score, at this point, they scored half their points in the first period.
Right.
And, at this point, it's going to be hard to win a game when you're scoring 4 and 6 points.
And you can tell that they certainly let off the gas a little bit. Evangel Lightning, still, you can take good things away from this and try to learn from this as you move forward going into region and playoff season for the Lightning. So, it's a tough, we're assuming it's going to be a loss. It's going to a lot to come back from. But you can learn a lot from these things. And, gosh, these girls are getting a lot of playing time. This is going to build up their endurance. And, we can show spurts of time where we can hang with this team. But, again, we have to give credit to Evangel Knights. Very well coached, great athletes over there. They're an all-around great team from the perimeter, down in the paint. They're hitting the boards, making good passes. As we see Cassidy Dixon over here. And that's one thing. We need to spread our offense because it looks like a big red blob right there with all their defense as we have an errant pass. We just really need to spread that offense to try to have an opening.
Yeah, because that's what we said earlier, which is anytime one of them has the ball, there's 3 red jerseys around them. And they pass the ball, and then somehow it's almost like they have double the numbers we have.
Yes, that's what it feels like.
It really does when we're on offense.
So the Knights moving the ball around the perimeter. We're still in this kind of a 2-3 or 2-1-2 zone defense.
Which is working better than the initial one.
Yeah, and I think they've just kind of let off the gas. They're working on their passing game around the perimeter. Open three-point shot just off the rim. Anna Catherine Lee comes down with the rebound and presses it up the court. Gets it over to Armstrong. Armstrong spins for the jump shot just off the rim. Gabriella almost had a steal right there. And a great pass down to number 14. That was Julian Newell. She was fouled, so she's going to the line.
Yeah, they were going to call that on Anna Catherine.
All right, so 6:36, 6:35. They do have the hot clock going, so the clock will continue to run. And that ball was in and out as Taylor Owen comes into the ball game. Going to give Gabby a little bit of a breather. And her second attempt off the front of the rim and down the bucket. So the score now 24-57. The Knights on top.
And if there is a positive point or a consolation to this game, Ezekiel are they in our region?
I don't believe that they're in our region. Great ball work up the court. We can check Max Preps on that. I believe Natalie's going to be doing that as Cassidy Dixon's going to have a carry call. Just dribbled that ball, had her palm underneath the ball. I think she was too fast for her own good right there and couldn't keep up. As there's 5:45 remaining in this ball game. The Knights up 59-24. They're just kind of moving the ball around the perimeter, looking for an open shot. And there's a jumper at the top of the key, and she drains it. That's number 3, Gianna Johnson, over 240 points this season. As Cassidy brings it up the court. Anna Catherine Lee trying to draw a pick. And there was a pass attempt to Armstrong, but broken up by number 10 for them. That's Samaya Ballard.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to pull some of the stats up on Max Preps, and Walmart is trying to get me to order something.
Walmart, go away. As they have a great pass inside. Again, that was to Ballard. Takes the score 61-24. And the Knights are getting ready to substitute again, and we see Gabby Casimira waiting to come in for the Lightning.
So Ezekiel is in our region. So
okay.
This will be against a a loss against us in the regional.
Yeah, but this is the first time we're facing them, and we will certainly learn a lot.
Absolutely.
As Taylor Owen heads to the bench and Gabby Casimira comes into the ballgame. And again, a key player, Rachel Casimira, not in for the Lightning tonight. I do not have any intel. We certainly hope she's okay and not injured. But it is 4:15 and running, as that looks like Sadie was coming in for the Lightning, Sadie Walters. As we get it in, that Benson down there goes up strong, just off the backboard. They come away with the rebound. And they're moving the ball around really good around the top of the key. Cassidy Walters kind of pinch in to prevent a lane drive.
Now we're doing a good job in the last few series of keeping them out of the paint, keeping them out on the perimeter.
Yep. Deep three is going to go over the backboard and out of bounds. It's going to be Lightning ball.
Just don't get to say out of bounds too much in basketball. Over the backboard and out of bounds.
Oh, just an errant pass right there by Dixon.
Gabby got a hand on it. Ooh. So I believe they're going to call it Ezekiel ball.
And under 3 minutes left in this ball game. And just falls in Richardson's hands. She's going to draw a foul right there. Lily Benson looks surprised. Jimmy, can you tell us who our fourth period sponsors are?
Yes, sir. We have Enhanced Dental and Crimson Septic.
Thank you, buddy, as the Knights bring in 5 more fresh legs. 2:20 remaining.
And we have not scored any points, unfortunately, in this last period.
So she drains that. The score now 64 Ezekiel Knights, 24 your Evangel Lightning. We are now under 2 minutes remaining. It is a hot clock, so it won't stop unless there's a timeout. That's going to be a traveling call on Sadie. Got a little ahead of herself as Taylor Owen comes in the game for Lily Benson.
When I played basketball, I was a runner who took a little time off to play basketball. So I could play defense, run the court, enjoyed being hands up and hands on in defense, but the coordination did not really work to
Didn't translate.
It didn't translate to be to great ball control.
In track, you don't have to really use your hands a lot except to pass a baton.
Well, it's pretty important, but it's more about form.
Yeah, technical.
than dribbling a basketball, which takes a lot more coordination. So I kind of feel for them when they're just going at it, and it's like, oops, there it went. Especially when it's a hard game like this and you're trying to think about everything you're doing. And you're trying to control the ball, see who to pass it open, because when you're down there, it really is an overload on your senses.
It's a lot going on.
Because you have a lot going on. Who's open? They're on me. I've got to pass it.
And Sadie from way downtown. Nothing but nylon right there for number 22. Nylon is a material that the net is made of. I have a child staring at me.
And, hey, that's a great way for your morale to be closing up on this game.
And they answer right back. That's number 25, Felicity Herod. With just 10 seconds left, Cassidy Dixon bringing it up the court, gets it over to Casimira, back to Dixon. She fires from the arc just off the front of the rim. They're going to call a foul, but the clock will run out, but she should still get her 3 shots. Yeah, she's still going to get her 3 shots. Everybody's going to clear the court. I think at this point, just for my own headspace, I'd want people up on the lane, what I'm used to. And the first one just off the back of the rim. And we do have our varsity boys game right after this, so please stick around. We'll take a quick break to grab a snack and some water and then be right back with you.
And as hard as this loss is, when you leave tonight, you have to close the door on this loss.
Absolutely.
And focus on our next game, which I believe our next game is home this
Thursday. And we will be back here in a special treat. We're hoping we will be able to record and broadcast our junior varsity girls so we can even see future talent. As you see both teams right there shaking hands. Just a great overall squad in the Ezekiel Academy Knights. Great hustle by our ladies. I mean, it was a tough game. They had a lot of talent coming in and off the bench, and we tried to stay with them step for step. There's a lot to learn from this. We're certainly going to see them later on in region play, and we're going to have to be ready for them. They are a tough team. We got to be ready for that man-on-man defense that they've showed all night. But, again, it's always disappointing when you have a loss, but Coach Engelberg will have our girls ready, coached up. Next time we show up, we're going to be ready, and we will see you with our ladies on Thursday night. But stick around because, as you can see on the scoreboard, or maybe you can't, we got about 9.5 minutes before our varsity boys tip off. You are watching Evangel Lightning Basketball.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest? Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Call Mandy Welch with Exit Realty Cahaba and trust the experience that counts. With over 17 years in this business, Mandy Welch with Exit Realty Cahaba has sold homes, flipped homes, and helped countless families and investors achieve their real estate dreams. Whether it's your first home, your forever home, or your next big investment, she's got you covered. Call Mandy Welch at Exit Realty Cahaba today because your next move deserves to be the right move. There's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to planning for your future. Chandler Financial Group understands that your financial goals are unique and your needs are going to change at various stages of your life. With over 28 years of experience in financial services, they can help you tailor a financial plan that meets your unique needs. Call Chandler Financial Group today at 205-620-9499 to schedule your free initial consultation. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Osaic Wealth, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC. Osaic Wealth is separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Osaic Wealth. At Davis Orthopedics, we understand the toll that athletics can take on our bodies. Our sports medicine services utilize cutting-edge surgical techniques and rehabilitation to help patients recover from injuries and surgery and get back on the field. Appointments are available online at mattdavisortho.com. Matt Davis Orthopedics is a proud supporter of Evangel Lightning Athletics. Enhanced Dental is redefining the dental experience by helping you achieve and maintain comprehensive dental wellness. Dr. Morris and his staff are highly skilled and trained in several areas of dentistry, including preventative and general dentistry, root canals, dental implants, and cosmetic dentistry. They pride themselves on providing painless dentistry with a focus on aesthetics and helping you maintain a healthy smile for life. Contact Enhanced Dental today to schedule your appointment and experience extraordinary dental care. Strike lightning. Team Massey Properties has 44 years of real estate knowledge and experience serving the real estate needs of Shelby, Jefferson, Chilton, and surrounding counties. Offering aggressive marketing strategies to position your property for the sale in an ever-changing real estate market. Commercial, residential, investment, land, and farm real estate services. Call or text Matt Massey for all of your real estate needs. Let's go Lightning! Window Wonders 205 is a local residential home window replacement company. We replace your old windows with high-quality, American-made, energy-efficient vinyl windows that have easy open and easy clean features. Our windows are tinted, filled with low-E argon gas, and come with a lifetime warranty. Tad Samples is your owner, salesperson, and installer, so you only have to deal with one person. Please call today for your free estimate.
My favorite part about Media Club is broadcasting the games. We learn how to do the audio-video setup, and producing a broadcast is a lot of fun.
Got to make the graphics for social media posts and learn how to update the ECS Athletics website, and we love Mr. Scott's birthday cake.
All right, good evening, Evangel faithful, and welcome back to the Evangel Sports Complex in Montevallo, Alabama for a great night of high school basketball. Tonight, your Evangel Lightning take on the Ezekiel Academy Knights in what promises to be an exciting matchup between two competitive programs. Your Lightning are led by head coach Chip Bugner, while the Knights are led by head coach James Taylor, not the musician. Tonight in the broadcast booth on camera, who just came off a great call with our Evangel ladies who had a tough loss to the Evangel Knights. Natalie Holmes on the camera, going to be working it back and forth for you tonight. On the stream is Marcus Holmes. And doing the color tonight, for the first time, we're going to see how he does. Put all ugly comments in the comment section if you don't like it. That is one Grayson Holmes, and I am your play-by-play, Matt Holmes. Grayson, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing good. Ready for this.
You're ready for this. All right, so Evangel enters tonight's game undefeated. We're 13-0 and 4-0 in the region play, and the Knights are 12-7. Tonight is more than just a game, Grayson. It's a chance for Evangel to continue building momentum as region play heats up, and for Ezekiel to show their team that can hang with the best. Grayson, what are some of the keys to victory for Evangel?
Yeah, I think definitely Evangel needs to bring a lot of intensity from the tip-off, really get that first possession going for them. They really thrive when the defense gets that tempo going, and if they can get those stops early, that's definitely going to be a big playmaker for them. Getting a lot of good contested shots going, forcing turnovers, kind of keeping Ezekiel, keep them to that. A lot of those turnovers really is going to be a big one for them. And get them out of rhythm, make them uncomfortable, make them take wild shots, kind of make them start playing, like I said, it's uncomfortable, get them out of their comfort zone, and give us some fast break opportunities. I think it's going to be a big one for us.
Yeah, and I think that's really important, especially those fast break opportunities. Our defense has been so quick this year to have those opportunities that you just mentioned, and that's what some of our, X factors for us is that balanced scoring and team leadership. Our team all year has done a great job getting the ball to our playmakers and to the guys down beneath the paint. And what we saw kind of tonight in the girls' game is something we have to really improve on, is getting those defensive rebounds. That's going to be a big key difference, especially as we get into regional play. And so tonight's game is set to be a true test of discipline, teamwork, and competitive heart. And if Evangel stays locked in defensively, executes efficiently on offense, and controls the glass, again, that is hitting the boards and rebounding, they'll put themselves in prime position to extend that undefeated mark. But Ezekiel Academy, led by contributors like Free and Taylor and Sankey, those are all names you will hear tonight, will make them earn every possession. So buckle up, folks. Lightning fans, this is about to be a great night of basketball, and let's tip off here in about 2 minutes as we're getting ready to have the invocation and our always fun and exciting starting lineups. Grayson, what do you see out there as they're warming up?
Yeah, a really big thing I noticed almost immediately is numbers. Both teams have big numbers. That's been a big advantage for Evangel the past 2 games, is we have a really big team. We have a lot of people we can go through. And a lot of teams struggle with that. They don't have as many people, so a lot of the guys get tired faster. It affects them a lot. So definitely very even matchup as far as numbers go. Both have a lot of depth. And, a lot of the other guys, they seem really, really loose. They seem to be enjoying it. Things definitely be a good game. We got a pretty good crowd out here. So
yeah, and one thing I want to mention, as you talk about our crowd, our security detail just showed up. Coach Welch is about 2 hours late, but he's here. He may have had something to do with that last game while we lost by 30-something points. But he is here all the same, so our paid security that's up here now, he can leave. He's off duty now. No, we have some great guys here protecting us. We are public figures. We are sought after. People want their pictures with us, not with Grayson, but the rest of us. As we are almost 1 minute before tip-off, I'm always excited. Grayson, I see some colorful shoes down there on the opposing team. Natalie, you were just talking about that. Get a zoom in on what this team brings to the game.
Obviously, first off, I gotta notice those Kobe's. Obviously, big fan of those. I have the reverse ones. Many designs, a lot of solid colors out there. I'm not against that. I like a lot of solid colors.
And as Natalie pans over to our team for final prayer, she's getting a good shot at their shoes as we are about 30 seconds away from invocation and the starting lineup. The students excited. Their bellies are full. If you were with us last game, you saw that about a dozen pizza boxes were delivered. Now they get a shot of all the pizza boxes over there if you can between all the students. Were delivered during the second half of the girls' game, so they should have plenty of carb and cheese energy over there as we're 8, 7, 6 seconds away. What did you see, Natalie? All right, so the music's going to die down. Let's take it down to the box.
Good evening and welcome for Game 4. Varsity boys from the visitors Ezekiel Knights and your Evangel Lightning. Before we get started, please join me in a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for this evening you've given us. Thank you for bringing here everybody safely. And Lord, we just praise you for who you are and just worship you. And thank you for loving us and providing for us. Pray that you watch over these players and officials and coaches, protect them. Pray for a spirited game of great sportsmanship. And Lord, I pray that everything we do and say and think will line up with your word and be pleasing and honoring to you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay, starting lineups for the Ezekiel Knights. Number 4, Caden Pond. Number 11, Terrence Sankey. Number 13, Kelson Free. Number 23, Elijah Taylor. And number 30, Jonathan Lynch. And now, starting lineup for your Evangel Lightning. Number 11, Holden High. Number 13, Dan Buckner. Number 23, Stone Henderson. Number 30, Ina Black. And number 42, Preston Walker.
All right, there's your starting lineup for the Lightning. A few different faces out there for the Lightning. As we're getting ready to tip off, and looks like number 42 is going to be the big man in the middle for the Lightning. That is Hudson Walker. Hudson with 131 points this season. Tipping off is Caden Pond as it bounces off the ref's face. Ain't just a pylon out there. That's quick defense.
That's right there we see that quick aggression from Evangel. Like I said earlier, really get him out of the rhythm, kind of jump on him this kind of first quarter, really get that first impression going.
Yeah, so the bucket, Ben Buckner, making some noise early on defense, and Eli Black on the full court press. He's giving these guys some sharp eyes right there as the Knights trying to take it to the paint, dump it off, and they're going to call a jump ball. That was number 42, Hudson Walker, wouldn't let him have anything. All right, so they have a full court press going on the Lightning. Eli Black gets it in to Holden Hobbs. It's going to be an errant pass and a quick turnover. quick turnovers. Coach Smith, our other security guard, is going to be helping Coach Welch out tonight to keep all the fans away from us. All right, so the Knights inbounded. No score yet. Only 24 seconds off the clock.
I can see kind of that aggression going both ways. You know, Evangel having a lot of aggression. Ezekiel, they're also not really letting their foot up off the gas. And I think we're going to see a lot of that tonight. Both teams staying aggressive. Also going to be a big thing. A lot of players on these benches, so they can kind of keep it up a lot.
Yeah, so big Euro step, nothing for him. But Eli Black looking to the paint. He's trying to get it over to number 11, Holden Hobbs. Nothing for them right now. We're trying to set something up, but it just didn't go down for the Lightning. All right, so the Knights are going to inbound it. We're still scoreless in the first minute of this game. And that's number 23 for them. Elijah Taylor, one of their top scorers, 260 points on the season. As they move the ball around the perimeter, a deep shot and drains it. Nothing but net from Elijah Taylor. He's a junior. As Bucket Bugner drives it up the court. They tried to stop him, but he looked like me in my old football days when I was 8 years old running over other 8-year-olds. Couldn't stop me.
Just the good old days, huh?
The good old days.
A young Bo Jackson.
It's what I do to you when you step in front of me in the den. As Eli Black tosses it in over to number 23. That's Stone Henderson. Hobbs just off the rim. Great rebound. Hobbs trying to take it away, but that was number 23, Elijah Taylor, who came back with the board. And a lot of quick movement. They're staying around the perimeter. They have two guys down in the paint. Great switch up. Another Euro step. Great shot off the backboard.
Yeah, it's another one thing is also a lot of equal size.
I don't see what the call was.
Seem to be discussing something over here.
All right, well, they got it worked out on the floor. So the Knights up 5-0. Eli Black. We see Henderson down the court. He's going to get it. He tried to get it up to number 42 right there, Hudson Walker, looking for the oop, but I don't think it was there.
He was almost there. We'll see it later tonight. And another thing I was saying earlier is also a lot of equal size. They have some tall guys. We have tall guys. And there's a lot of – it seems to be a very equal matchup between numbers, size. It's kind of overall aggressiveness, so I think that's just going to keep playing a factor throughout the game.
Yeah, so Terrence Sankey with a good bucket right there. They take the score up 7-2. That's a lot of balls going back and forth. Hudson Walker with a jump shot at the top of the key. Tries to get his own rebound, but the Knights come back up with it. So very fast and furious basketballs. He tries to lay it in. Hudson Walker with the rebound. He's going to have to bring it up the court. The Knights showing a little bit of press as we dish it off to number 13, Ben Bugner. The bucket is what they call him. Walker gets it out the perimeter. Wide open. Wide open was Holden Hobbs. Went off the rim. They're trying to take it coast to coast, but Eli Black stops him in his track. Coach, make him a linebacker. Great turnover by the Lightning. 5:13 remaining in the first period. A lot of back and forth action. We saw this last week. The Lightning, as far as the guys go, were a little slow to get on the board. Driving through traffic, gets it over. He's going to draw the foul. So going to the line for the Lightning as number 42, Hudson Walker.
Yeah, I think what we're kind of starting to see in immediate effect is Ezekiel's more kind of a rampant aggressiveness. Evangel, we've seen him playing a little more strategical, more press, and then Ezekiel just kind of out there, just kind of throwing it out there right now.
Yeah, so Hudson Walker before this game, 31 of 47, so 66% from the line. One of the guys we can usually depend on. As it's 2-7, the Knights are on top. Great form, good rotation right there by the junior, Walker.
He's only a junior?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That's what I have in my notes.
Still no substitutions yet I'm aware of. Everyone's still out here for the first quarter right now.
Great jump shot by Caden Pond. Not a whole lot of stats on him this year, just 29 points, but he drains a nice jump shot. As we get over to Eli Black in the corner, he swings it back around to Henderson. Just missed. Walker tried to get it off of the 23, but nothing there. 9-3 your score. Another Euro step, and I believe they're going to call that on Henderson. And so that's number 23, Elijah Taylor, one of their top scorers, going to the line. Over 260 points on the year, 16.3 points a game. So he's definitely a threat. What are his free throw stats, Grayson?
So that is number 23. His free throw stats are actually pretty good.
Yeah, as he drains that first one.
Yeah. So right now he is a 75%. So that's a pretty good stat as far as free throws goes. Before this game, he is 50 of 68. So
and he drains both of those as they extend their lead 11-3. The Knights quick to get back on defense. And almost an errant pass as we try to go around the back. Very aggressive basketball going on. Great jump shot. That was number 23 for them, Elijah Taylor. Been doing a lot of the damage for them tonight. As we get it to Walker down in the paint, and they're just all over him.
Yeah.
They finally blow the whistle. That's going to be on the floor. Clock stops at 3:50.
It's where you got to kind of rein in your aggressiveness and still play strategical while still getting some aggressiveness in, but you still got to be careful with it.
You keep saying the word strategical. I don't think you know what it means.
Well, I have ChatGPT here, and I'm using it correctly, actually.
All right, so we now have in number 14 for the Lightning. That's Micah Jones. And number 2, Mason Phillips, 2 big-time players for the Lightning. As we get it into Walker with a great lay-in, draws a foul for a chance for a three-point play.
And that's also the first substitutions of the game for Evangel. I think it's just the game as a whole. It looks like Ezekiel's about to bring in a whole new squad, or maybe, almost a whole full new set of players. Like I said, this is where those fresh bodies come in and really being able to stay fresh and keep everything going.
All right, so they got 4 guys coming in to get some fresh legs on the court to try to match this high-powered offense that Evangel Lightning brings to the table. So Hudson Walker back at the line, 66% on the year. Off the back of the board, almost gets his own rebound. And the Lightning kind of holding back. We typically see them in a press early on in the game. We are playing man-off-man defense. Mason and Black switch it up. Great jump shot from the key. I believe that was number 13, Kelson Free. Keep your ears and eyes out for him as Mason tries a high arc off the backboard. They come down with the rebound, and we talked before early in the game, rebounds are going to matter this game.
You definitely got to get in there and, like I said, strategically be aggressive.
There you go, buddy.
Really, you got to fight for it and still play fair, but still got to play physical.
They got a big man in number 25 down low. That's Justice Dakwa as Eli Black fumbles the ball. And the big man's got it down. What's he going to do? And he lays it in. I thought he was going to bring the house down for just a half a second right there. So the score, the Ezekiel Knights up 17-5 over our Lightning. The Lightning not panicking. We've been in this situation before. We try to get it down neath to Walker, and it's swiped away by number 23, Elijah Taylor. He is an all-around player for the Knights. And the bucket on his guy at the top of the key. They try to set the pick. Bucket gets the ball out. Mason Phillips under the goal. He's got to regain control. They're trying to set something up. And there's a deep shot, and that's going to be way downtown for number 14, Micah Jones.
That's all it takes to get on the roll.
Nothing but nylon, Grayson.
All it takes right there, one shot. That might be a huge momentum swing here, kind of at the closing end of the first quarter.
All right, so Mason Phillips all over his guy, along with Eli Black at the top of the key. They're trying to drive the baseline in and out of the bucket. Walker with a great rebound. Like you said, we're under 2 minutes. We get it up to Phillips. Phillips down the baseline. Tries a spin move. Gets it out to the top of the key to Walker. Walker gets his own rebound for the easy layup, and that's 2 more points for number 42. And there's going to be a quick timeout called by the Knights. And just like that, we're back in this ball game. Ezekiel Knights 17, Evangel 10. We're going to take a quick timeout with you. You're watching Evangel Lightning Basketball.
Locally owned and operated by the Bates family, Clanton Tractor and Equipment has been a Kubota tractor dealer since 1988, located in Clanton on Highway 31 just south of historic downtown Clanton. From minor bumps to unexpected injuries, Southern Immediate Care is here with expert care when it matters most. If you aren't feeling well, visit Southern Immediate Care in Helena from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week at 225 Helena Marketplace.
And we are back at it. Number 20 bringing it up the court for the Knights. They have some new guys in there. Walker bats the ball away. And in for the Lightning, number 5, that's Cosper Candy. We got to get some color on his shoes. As they get it out to the big man. Air pass, Mason Phillips trying to make something. And they're going to say over and back, so that's going to be Lightning ball. 92 seconds left in this first period. That's a little math for you, Grayson. A minute and a half, 92 seconds.
Yeah, I got that.
For those of y'all keeping score at home. All right, so Coach Bugner kind of telling them to slow it down a little bit.
The timeout or penalty called?
So I guess the foul, yeah, so the foul's going to bring Mason Phillips up to the line. And Phillips on the year, 62% from the line. Got the purple, and I'm going to call it charcoal gray shoes as it bounces off the back of the rim.
And a big guy to look out for is going to be Ben Bugner. He has 28 three-point shots this year. That's the lead year for Evangel. So, you know, if he gets out there, gets comfortable, we could definitely see some big numbers put up by him.
And that's why we call him the bucket. Great hands right there. Number 14 for the Lightning, Micah Jones, who dropped a 3 just a few moments ago. Hudson Walker trying to make something happen inside the paint as Phillips. That's a little nice move as he tries to finger roll it in. Walker with the ball. Go back up for it, buddy. As the bucket's at the top of the key, Walker trying to draw as we get it back out at the side.
Oh.
Nothing there. Great rebound by Cosper Candy. He gets it over to Phillips at the top of the key. We're going to slow it down. There's 50 seconds left in this first period. Phillips calling for some help. And the bucket saves the ball. There's still plenty of time on the clock. Slow it down. We get it back over to Phillips. Phillips way downtown. And I think they're going to call over the back on Bugner right there. 36 seconds. Exciting basketball going on here early for the Lightning. And that's number 1, Adam Dupree, bringing it up the court. I wonder if he had sisters on the game before. There was a few Duprees, and they were very talented athletes. So they're way behind the arc. Not much rotation on that ball. Good block. Plenty of time as we get the ball back out to the bucket. Bucket brings it up the court. And we're going to call a quick timeout. We're going to stay right here with you. There's 15.4 seconds left in this first period. Why don't you tell us who our first period sponsors are?
Window Wonders 205 and Novo Bank and Trust.
All right, thank you to our sponsors who help bring these games and broadcast to you each and every time we're available. As we see our cheerleaders trying to pull on our team to get something going here. We're down by 7 early in this matchup. Grayson, what are you noticing as the game's been going on?
Yeah, I think Evangel needs to kind of slow down, recollect themselves. I noticed that they kind of get sporadic when they get in the paint. They don't seem too coordinated. Obviously, they'll always settle in later in the second quarter. It's usually our biggest moment. And if we ever get to the line, Mason Phillips is going to be a big big playmaker for us with a 62% free throw percentage on the season.
All right, so we get it out over to the other Bugner, and he tries to go deep. Cranton right there with the rebound. He's got 0.2 go, and the bucket falls for 2 points. That's the Lightning take a 12-17 deficit going into the first period. Exciting basketball right there. We're going to take a quick break with you while we swap periods. Marcus, take it to the break. You're watching Evangel Lightning Basketball.
Locally owned and operated by the Bates family, Clanton Tractor and Equipment has been a Kubota tractor dealer since 1988. Located in Clanton on Highway 31, just south of historic downtown Clanton. At Davis Orthopedics, we understand the toll that athletics can take on our bodies. Our sports medicine services utilize cutting-edge surgical techniques and rehabilitation to help patients recover from injuries and surgery and get back on the field. Appointments are available online at mattdavisortho.com. Matt Davis Orthopedics is a proud supporter of Evangel Lightning Athletics.
Noble Bank and Trust provides banking and financial services to meet a wide range of business and personal needs. Noble Bank and Trust. Welcome to personal banking.
All right, we are back to start the second period contest. Ezekiel Knights up 17-12. They had a very quick run to start this game out. And as we've seen in the second half of this first period, Evangel starting to kind of click, getting their feet moving. We have our lineup in. Mason Phillips at the top of the key, as we're in a man-to-man defense. They've been playing very much around the perimeter. Haven't gotten to the paint much tonight, but they have been able to drive the ball down the baseline and make some great shots. As number 4 just tried to do a spin shot, Mason Phillips trying to get a hold of the ball. And nobody, seems like there's butter down there on that ball. Nobody can get a handle on it. Hard shot off the backboard as Micah Jones comes down with the rebound, gets it up to Phillips.
Yeah, Micah Jones and Big Budner have definitely been our biggest rebounders this game, and definitely been a big help for us in that paint area.
Jones trying to get it out, gets over to Candy, back to Bugner in the corner, and just off the rim, Jones with another rebound. Like you said, Grayson, he's very effective on the boards tonight. And Simeon Bugner at the top of the key, swings it over to Jones. Jones looking. He sees Candy down by the baseline. So a lot of movement on the ball. Looks like we're trying to get it down to the paint. Mason Phillips slowing things down. And it seems like Ezekiel's in more of like a 2-3 zone, not really allowing anything in the paint. Bugner out in the perimeter. Cosper Candy fakes. He's wide open for a 3. Just off. Cranton with the rebound. Takes it back up just off the rim, and the Knights come down with another board. So a missed opportunity right there for the Lightning. Trying to take it in the paint. Yeah, he's going to draw a foul by number 33. That's Simeon Bugner. He's a junior. So that's number 1, Adam Dupree, going to the line.
Yeah, the Evangel, like I said, Ezekiel in that 2-3 area, definitely keeping Cranford and Phillips, 2 of our best field goal shooters, keeping them from getting the ball, and obviously good defense on them. So if we can really get the ball to those 2, man, it'd be lights out.
All right, so first one is a miss, and we see is our student section now on their feet, making some noise in the bleachers. Natalie pans over there. Nice, good wide shot as Hudson Walker in for Bugner. Great play time for 33, the tall junior. I think the duck call is back. Let's see how it affects Dupree. And not at all. He must have some duck DNA in him somewhere. As Mason Phillips trying to get up court, the Knights full press. Cranton comes down. He ditches it off to Walker, and Walker with a nice layup.
Once again, Walker, a really big playmaker for us in the paint, back out there. Those 3 out there can be very dangerous if Ezekiel ever lets their guard down.
And he tries to fight through traffic. Great rebounding twice. We got to hit the boards right there. So good rebounding by the Knights as we get it over to Jones. Jones swings it to Cosper Candy. Candy back out to Phillips at the top of the key. And just off the back of the rim, Micah Jones trying to get his rebound numbers up. as they get the ball up the court. Cranton tries to block it, but an easy layup for the Knights. And it's an errant throw by the Lightning. Your score, Lightning 14, Knights 22. They sub in. Top players.
We also brought in
bucket.
I am.
All right, so it's going to be an inbounds play right here for the Knights. We just, like you talked about, we haven't seen a Lightning just, switch that key on yet to get going what we need.
Yeah, Ezekiel definitely playing a very strong defense. Like I said, keeping people like Phillips, Cranford, our highest scoring guys in the paint, keeping them out from getting the ball, really keeping us outside of that 3 line, making it difficult.
All right, so Eli Black in for Cosper Candy. Eli having a great first period so far as Cranford's all over his guy.
Eli's probably one of our better defensive players. He's really aggressive, and he gets a lot of steals.
All right, so Cranford draws a foul, I believe, on number 4. That's Caden Pond. So that was on the floor, so it'll just be an inbound play for the Lightning. It's going to be the bucket inbounding the ball. And we have Mason Phillips out there, Hudson Walker, Eli Black, the bucket, and number 12, Caleb Cranford, all in for the Lightning. Get it up court, Hudson. Had a missed opportunity, but he gets it over to the bucket, just mishandles the ball, and it's a 3-on-1. Hudson Walker trying to make something happen, but an easy lay-in for the Knights. We can run the floor. There you go. And the Knights not making it easy as we get up the court. We're just picking the ball up too soon when we didn't have anybody open. As a wide-open 3 hits the back of the rim. They come down with another rebound. Great block right there by the bucket.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I think Eli's definitely listening to my defensive intensity. He's
Yes.
definitely listening to me on that part. If we could really have that momentum for everyone on the court.
Yeah, so 4:33 left in this first half. Your Evangel Lightning down by 10. It's 24-14. Knights getting ready to inbound the ball on their side of the court. And again, that full court press, we've seen that affect us. They've had at least 2 or 3 turnovers on against the Lightning. So we got to find a way to beat that. And we double team number 25, so they couldn't get it inside the paint. They get it back out wide open. No shot for number 23, Elijah Taylor, the number 1 scorer. That's going to be Lightning ball.
Yeah, right now on the court, we have a lot of physical guys who all have really good numbers in the paint. Like I said, Phillips, Cranford, all those guys out there. If we could just really drive it in there, then we would be leading this game by 30.
Yeah, so Hudson Walker tried to go on a post route as Eli Black, the quarterback, was inbounded. Cranford should have gone up for the shot, tried to dish it off to Walker. Can at least draw a foul right there as Cranford, they're going to call a charging foul. Cranford came in there like a bull in a china shop and said, "Not today, Grayson."
Indeed. Yeah, really listen to those intensities, play smart, play fair, and, we'll be fine. We can really get that intensity going.
All right, so Micah Jones coming in for the Lightning, replacing number 12, Caleb Cranford. We have a deep pass right off the bat. Easy lay-in, nice bucket. Great pass by the quarterback, Eli Black, keeping that arm loose for the upcoming season. What do you say, Grayson?
Yep, definitely showing it off there in the offseason right there. That's one way to get a workout.
Good rebound. Oh, just over the fingertips of Walker. So they answered right back with another bucket as we get the ball back in and throw it right into him. Intercepted by number 23, their top scorer, Elijah, as Mason Phillips with a nice jump shot, high arc ball. It's kind of a run and gun game between both teams. You make it, we make it.
That's where you see those when he gets in the paint and he's open, man, he can make a play like that.
Great three-point shot. That's number 11, Terrence Sankey. He had his hands in his face. Referee coming over to talk to him. A little extra chirping going on, so just making sure everything's under control. So 3:21 remaining in this second half. With that 3, it takes the Knights up 31-18. We apologize about that little loud sound We'll blame it on Grayson. All right, so 18-31, 3:21 left in this first half. All extracurricular discussion is over as we get the ball into Eli. Eli over to the bucket. Bucket up to Mason Phillips. Phillips back out to behind the perimeter to the bucket. And just off the rim, we're trying to come up with the rebound, but they came down with it yet again.
I don't think we've had 1-3 for either team. I think we've had one from Ezekiel in the second quarter. A lot of action in the paint right now.
And we're leaving the lane wide open. That's Elijah Taylor's kind of been go-to. Mason Phillips dumps it off to Eli Black, who tries to go up strong, blocked hard. That's number 25, Justice Dakwa. So he's certainly making his presence felt in on the defense for the Ezekiel Knights. And here comes number 45, Cruz Romano, just off a junior varsity game. So we're hoping his legs are nice and rested as Michael Jones takes a break for a moment. Phillips at the top of the key. Hudson Walker tried to draw the pick, but was no good. And I believe the foul is going to be on 11, Terrence Sankey, one of their top scorers with over 100 points this season. And that's going to be a technical on number 11. They had some discussions with them earlier in the game a few moments ago. So the refs trying to keep the game under control. So we're going to have 2 free shots. That's going to be the bucket at the line. What are his stats at the line, Grayson?
That's number 13. He actually has 51%, so hopefully we can get 1 or 2 out of this one. And then with the tech, we will also get the ball back.
Yes,
so
we will.
We could have a really good swing right here if we can go through with this play.
Nice rotation right there by the bucket. Again, he knew it was going on as soon as it left his fingertips. So the Lightning now 20, Ezekiel Knights 33, 2:43 remaining in this first half. And like you said, Grayson, we get the ball right after that technical.
Chance to make a 4 or 5 point play right here.
Absolutely.
That'd be a really good momentum swing.
So they have a lot of guys at the top of the key. We should have somebody open, but there's nobody down there as the bucket tries to finger roll it in. And some high-speed ball going on, but the guy was wide open in the corner. That was number 15, Justice Teat. And so they're answering shot for shot and maybe a little more as Eli Black's trying to run it down, dumps it off to Walker. Walker with a great jump shot in and out of the goal. But here comes Cruz Romano with a great rebound. They're going to call a jump ball. It's going to go to the Knights, but he came in like a flying squirrel. He wanted that ball.
He did. Like I said, legs are fresh from that JV game just a few minutes ago.
Yes, yes. Got those powder blue shoes on. Go ahead, Grayson.
So we really need to get a good defensive stand here. If we can go in and have them even just 10 or 12 points down, that'll be a very manageable lead for them. We could definitely come back from that.
All right, so Mason Phillips playing some great defense at the top of the key. Number 15 with a deep 3, and he drains it. Again, that was Justice again for the 3. He's back-to-back on those. We're not handling this full-court press at all. They're going to slow it down to try to set up a play. It is 39-20, Evangel's biggest deficit all season. And that one didn't hit anything, so it's going to be Evangel Lightning basketball. 1:30 remaining in this first half. We get it to the bucket. Bucket gets it down court to Hudson. It's going to be a 2-on-1 action. Walker goes up. A lot of body into that one. No whistle as they drive the ball up the court. Hudson Walker right there. That's going to be a charging foul.
Yep.
He led with his shoulder like he was a fullback. So they may start to get in a little bit of foul trouble. That could be 1-and-1. Nope, that's only 5 fouls. So we're inbounding the ball as number 23, Stone Henderson, comes into the ball game for the Lightning. 1:15 to go. They're trying to trap Phillips. Phillips gets it over to Black. Black sees Bugner down in the corner. He's all alone, misses a shot. The Knights come down with the rebound. One of the areas we struggle with tonight is rebounding the ball. And it's going to be out of bounds, 58 seconds remaining, 20-39. The Lightning are down.
Yeah, but that's how that full court press, really getting to us, not getting our guys in the paint. I just did 23s now out here. That's a substitution. I don't think we realized that one.
Yeah, we called him in just a minute ago.
Okay.
Michael Jones as Walker just off the front of the rim misses. As we need to get back down court. So the Knights have really studied this Lightning team. They're 12-7 coming into this game. A nice little finger roll by number 15, Justin Teague, coming on. He's had 8 points in the last minute for the Knights. 31 seconds remain. Mason Phillips to inbound the ball. The Lightning trying to set something up. As we get it to the bucket with 30 seconds to go. Jones now with the ball over to the bucket. Bucket's going to Euro step, trying to get in, and he draws the foul from the big guy. That's number 25.
So he will be going to the line, and he has the best percentage on the team of 74% at the free throw line.
Yeah, so Bucket's the one who was at the line just a moment ago for the Lightning.
Definitely staying strong in his statistics right now.
Yeah, he is just so pure from the line. Great rotation on that ball. The Knights, 41 points in one half. Big scoring as he drains the second one. It's a 19-point ball game. I'm going to assume the Knights are going to try to come away with the last shot right here.
Yeah.
And he
was thinking about it for a second there.
He was going Steph Curry as he just went, and he drains it. 23. My word, that's Elijah Taylor. As we need to throw the ball, and just a lot of confusion on the Lightning part. Ezekiel Knights with all the momentum right now going into halftime. Coach Bugner and staff have their work cut out for them as they go into this half. Your Evangel Lightning down 22-44. Grayson, before our cheerleaders perform, any thoughts?
Yeah, like I said, I think Ezekiel was listening to me more than Evangel was on their big defensive tips. But honestly, if we can come back, we definitely can. Coach Bugner has always done a really good job coaching his team.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing we got to do is start crashing the boards. Here's our Evangel Lightning cheerleaders. Great job by our Evangel Lightning cheerleaders who are here every time our Lightning is at home and possibly away, encouraging our team and bringing and showcasing their talent each and every week. So we got about 9 minutes before we come back to this ball game. The biggest thing, I think, like you said, Grayson, we got to step up our intensity, we got to step up our rebounding, and find a way to beat that press.
Yeah, we're really getting that right headspace coming in the second half. It's going to make a big difference.
Yeah. All right, so we thank you for watching. We still have a whole another half to go, but stay tuned during halftime to check out what our sponsors have to say. Marcus, take it away. You're watching Evangel Lightning Basketball. Jimmy, take it away. They swapped up on me.
Located in the 1022 Tower right next to Shelby Baptist Hospital, Dermatologists of Birmingham has been serving all ages in the Shelby, Chilton, and Bibb counties area for almost 20 years. Discover healthier, more radiant skin with Dermatologists of Birmingham, your trusted experts for comprehensive medical, surgical, and cosmetic dermatology care in Alabama. Visit their website to book an appointment today.
Veritas Financial Partners, your partner in financial clarity. With decades of experience, they offer one coordinated plan for your investments, tax-smart planning, business, and legacy. At Veritas, it all starts with a conversation and ends with a strategy tailored just for you. Veritas Financial Partners, your partner in financial clarity. Contact them at 205-598-1781.
Visit Helena Hollow Entertainment Farm and Pumpkin Patch in Helena, Alabama for a day well spent. With everything from zip lines and 100-foot slides to live llamas and kangaroos, Helena Hollow has some form of fun for everyone in the family. Helena Hollow is open throughout the year for seasonal events including The Patch, Supper with Santa, Princess Brunch, Mother's Day Rodeo, and offers 3 event venues for birthday parties and other celebrations. Come see Helena Hollow, where the good times grow. There's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to planning for your future. Chandler Financial Group understands that your financial goals are unique and your needs are going to change at various stages of your life. With over 28 years of experience in financial services, they can help you tailor a financial plan that meets your unique needs. Call Chandler. There's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to planning for your future.
My favorite part about Media Club is broadcasting the games. We learn how to do the audio-video setup, and producing a broadcast is a lot of fun.
Got to make the graphics for social media posts and learn how to update the ECS Athletics website, and we love Mr. Scott's birthday cake.
Team Massey Properties has 44 years of real estate knowledge and experience serving the real estate needs of Shelby, Jefferson, Chilton, and surrounding counties. Offering aggressive marketing strategies to position your property for the sale in an ever-changing real estate market. Commercial, residential, investment, land, and farm real estate services. Call or text Matt Massey for all of your real estate needs. From minor bumps to unexpected injuries, Southern Immediate Care is here with expert care when it matters most. If you aren't feeling well, visit Southern Immediate Care in Helena from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week at 225 Helena Marketplace. Window Wonders 205 is a local residential home window replacement company. We replace your old windows with high-quality, American-made, energy-efficient vinyl windows that have easy open and easy clean features. Our windows are tinted, filled with low-E argon gas, and come with a lifetime warranty. Tad Samples is your owner, salesperson, and installer, so you only have to deal with one person. Please call today for your free estimate. With over 20 years of experience, Keystone Surfaces can make your natural stone dreams come true. They have accessible pricing and the staff is always working to make sure their clients are 100% happy with the final product. They work with granite, marble, quartz, quartzite, onyx, and soapstone. If you're looking for exceptional quality for your next kitchen or bath project, give them a call today. Are you wanting to buy or sell recreational land or a farm? Call William O'Neill with Base Camp Country Real Estate at 205-470-7812 or email william.o'neill@basecampcountry.com. Base Camp Country Real Estate. It's more than dirt, it's a lifestyle. Visit Helena Hollow Entertainment Farm and Pumpkin Patch in Helena, Alabama for a day well spent. With everything from zip lines and 100-foot slides to live llamas and kangaroos, Helena Hollow has some form of fun for everyone in the family. Helena Hollow is open throughout the year for seasonal events including The Patch, Supper with Santa, Princess Brunch, Mother's Day Rodeo, and offers 3 event venues for birthday parties and other celebrations. Come see Helena Hollow, where the good times grow.
Noble Bank and Trust provides banking and financial services to meet a wide range of business and personal needs. Noble Bank and Trust. Welcome to personal banking.
Locally owned and operated by the Bates family, Clanton Tractor and Equipment has been a Kubota tractor dealer since 1988, located in Clanton on Highway 31 just south of historic downtown Clanton.
When lightning strikes, call Craig Doris State Farm, your local neighborhood agent. With over 20 years of service, Craig and his team are ready to help you navigate life's storms. They provide customized planning and risk management to protect your property, provide financial relief in loss, and realize long-term investment goals. Contact them today at craigdoris.com.
And we are back for the second half of basketball between your Evangel Lightning and the Ezekiel Knights, where the Knights are up 22 points. It is 44-22. Evangel Knights are on top. Hold on one second. And we are back after that technical difficulty. Grayson, you should have been talking while there was nothing on air.
I'm looking at my stat sheets right now.
Okay. And so there's a minute and 11 before we kick things back off here at the Evangel Sports Complex in Montevallo, Alabama, where it's probably about 40 degrees outside. Not looking forward to walking back out into that, but it's okay because I feel the heat is turning up in here for the Lightning. Grayson, we talked a little bit about it, bringing the intensity, hitting the boards. I think really what it comes down to is we just got to get back to fundamentals. We're kind of outpacing ourselves at time and, again, just figuring a way to get out of that full court press. We saw that in the ladies' game earlier. They were full court pressing us, and it was very difficult to get out of that. That a lot of turnovers and a lot of points and opportunities for the Knights. So we'll see what adjustments were made and what our Lightning we're gonna bring to the table as we got a 22-point deficit. I did that math during halftime just to make sure that I said it right on air for everybody.
You could also say that they have twice as many points as us.
I could say that, but I don't want to sound like you. All right, 4 seconds left, 3 seconds left. We should hear a whistle or a horn in just a second. There it is. And we have out on the court, that's number 30, Eli Black, 13, the Bucket Bugner, number 2, Mason Phillips, 42, Hudson Walker, and 23, Stone Henderson, as we take over and the clock starts to roll.
And then another kind of thing in the second half is something most good coaches will tell you is have short memory. Have short memory and forget about the first half. It's a new half. You're refreshed. Let's go in the next half and let's keep going.
All right, so that's going to be a traveling call right there. So the Lightning retain the ball. Eli Black will inbounds it to the Lightning for an opportunity to get the quick bucket here early in the second half. We get it to Walker for a jump shot off the glass. Banks it in. And there we go. The score cut by 2 as the Knights have their own jump shot. A little Euro step himself. He gets his own rebound. Walker and Henderson right there having a jump ball. That's going to remain the Knights' ball, but great hustle by both those guys in white.
As we can see, we now have that aggressiveness. We're there. If we can just keep maintaining that, that'll be a really big deal breaker.
Walker almost with a throwaway right there. A deep three again off the back of the rim. Eli Black comes down with the ball, gets it up to the bucket.
This is not they're playing that same full court press right now.
And over to Henderson. Henderson just off the front of the rim. Walker had the rebound, slapped out of his hands. So it's going to be the Knights' ball. Mason Phillips making it tough. And he lost a little bit of control, but they regained it. It's a nice block. Get it down the court. Get it down the court. And bucket, he sees Phillips. Phillips going to take the jump shot himself just off the back of the rim. Gets his own rebound. Another jump shot just off the back. And we just couldn't come down with the ball. As Hudson Walker's waiting for his guy, and that will be a foul. That's going to be number 23 going to the line for the Knights. That's Elijah Taylor, who's caused a lot of trouble for the Lightning tonight. He is 74% from the line this year.
Yeah, definitely going to cause some trouble right here, but we got to keep maintaining the same aggressiveness. And
the duck calls out in force. make that ball go in and out. Let's see how effective they can be on this second shot. And it works. It sounds like those Ducks were in trouble. Bucket brings it down. Henderson looking to make something happen down in the paint. There's nothing there for the Lightning, and that's going to be a reach-in foul on number 30, Jonathan Lynch. Haven't called his name much tonight. He's got 51 points on the season. So 6:31 remaining in this third period. Elijah Black to inbound the ball for the Lightning.
That's the first time you've ever called him Elijah.
Did I call him Elijah Black?
You said Elijah Black.
That's his government name. I apologize, Eli. As Hudson Walker, that was a bucket, tried to get it in. We're still fighting for the ball, and that's going to be off the night. So Evangel Lightning ball, Eli Black and Stone Henderson, very aggressive for the Lightning. Mason Phillips at the top of the key, going to try to drive the paint. Nothing to go. Dips it off to Henderson. Henderson to Black. Black had his foot on the line, but they call it way downtown by 3-0 Elijah. I don't know his middle name, Black.
There we go. See, all it takes is one shot. If we can get in a rhythm, we'll be good.
And we're just swarming to the ball right now as Hudson Walker's taking it up court. It's 2-on-2, and he tries a Euro step. Nowhere. He was just kind of off balance. Eli Black matching step for step. He's going to go in for the layup. It's off. Walker gets it down to Phillips. Phillips taking it up to the center of the court. He's going to try to go to the left side. Nothing there. Oh, the bucket just overplayed that rebound, and it's just back and forth. And that was Elijah Taylor. He's been hot all night. What a thread of the needle right there.
Yeah.
The bucket from three, just off the back of the rim. Hudson Walker having his arm held, playing strong down there. You can tell the Lightning have hit the weights this spring. And that's going to remain Evangel Lightning ball.
I think a big issue we're struggling with right now in the paint is we're rebounding it, then shooting it immediately again. I think we need to kind of, if we get a rebound, pass it back out, keep our feet settled. We can't just keep doing these quick shots, rebound quick, and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, so Caleb Cranford in for Walker to give him a little breather. He's right there under the basket, an errant throw, but the play was designed perfectly. Just, I don't know if it was tipped, but Cranford was right there for the easy layup. But that's going to be a turnover. The Knights take over. And the Lightning now playing a little bit more of a full court press. Put some more pressure on them, see how they like it.
Yeah, kind of see if we can copy their strategy right here and get some full court.
Well, we're not doing a full-on press where we would trap somebody. And Eli Black with the steal. And he goes up hard, and they say he was fouled. He runs into the board. They do help him up, but a good hard run. I think if Eli was a foot taller, he would have dunked it. Not much, but just a foot.
Just a foot.
Just a foot taller.
That's just like an inch to him, basically.
So Eli at the line. What's Eli's stats from the line this year, Grayson?
From the line, Eli is 29%, although he's only shot 7.
Okay. So just in and out. And that's number 11. That's Holden Hobbs. He came in for, I think, Stone Henderson's going to get a break on the bench.
Yeah, he has 66 points a season right now. Black for his second one.
And rattles in and falls. And that's going to be a 30-second timeout for the Knights. So we're going to take a quick break with you. It is, you're watching Evangel Lightning Basketball.
Noble Bank and Trust provides banking and financial services to meet a wide range of business and personal needs. Noble Bank and Trust. Welcome to personal banking.
Locally owned and operated by the Bates family, Clanton Tractor and Equipment has been a Kubota tractor dealer since 1988, located in Clanton on Highway 31 just south of historic downtown Clanton.
Right, we are back from that short timeout break. It is 28-46. The Lightning are down, but we're making a little bit of noise right here early in this second half. As Caleb Cranford on his guy at the half-court line. He's trying to drive the paint. Cranford all over him. Great shot. That's number 4, Caden Pond. As they're still pressing our Lightning, and we see Black. He dishes it off to Mason. Mason drops it in for 2. The score now 30-48. Go ahead, Grayson.
So that's where, like I said earlier, Phillips, he gets in the paint. He's a dangerous player.
What a great move. Elijah Taylor, just an all-around great athlete, making things happen. Eli Black coming up to the top of the key. Should have had the shot wide open. As the bucket drives the lane, going to draw a foul, and he gets it in for a possible three-point play by the big man.
Especially with that 74% free throw percentage, we could definitely have a three-point play here.
Absolutely, but these Knights are matching us play for play as the Knights bring in their big man. That's number 25, Justice Dacqua, and kind of the opposite, their little man, number 20, that's Wilson Egerton. He's got 100 points on the season.
Well, let's see if he can keep that 74% free throw percentage tonight.
And just off the rim, Eli Black almost had the rebound right there, but 2 points for the bucket. As they're doing a great job moving inside the paint. Jones with the rebound, up to Cranton, Cranton to Black. Black going to set up for a three-point shot. Just off the front of the rim. Hobbs right there to bring down the rebound. I wish he'd go up strong right there as he gets it back to Black for a nice layup. 2 more points for Big 3-0. But here come the Knights trying to press it up the court. Again, trying to make trouble. They're finding an open lane, and, yeah, it's going to get a blocking foul by number 11 right there. That's Holden Hobbs. He might start to be in a little bit of foul trouble, and that's number 1, Adam Dupree at the line.
Saying 6%, but he's 14 for 23.
Yeah, that's a typo on my end.
So that seems to be, my math is correct, a little over 50%.
And in and out, or out the back of the rim, as Hudson Walker and Stone Henderson in the game, replacing Hobbs. Like I said, I think he might be in a little bit of foul trouble, and Caleb Cranton hustles off the court for a little bit of a break. Again, the sophomore Dupree at the line for the Knights. And he drains that one. Your score 51-34. The Knights are on top. Driving in hard, Hudson. Hudson goes in hard. Little body action by big number 25. No call. The refs letting them play tonight. And they're swinging it out far. Almost got away from him. And just kind of leaving him alone. A wide open number 15, Justice Teat right there. You can't leave that guy alone. We got to get in their face, guys. And that was kind of off from the beginning, a three-point attempt. Great rebound by the big man. Oh, and he's going to get called travel for that. His foot slid just a little bit. Might have some ice down there on the court that calls that travel.
I was about to say, he's packing his bags ready for some vacation time.
All right, the bucket brings it up the court. No press right now from the Knights. He may be trying to give their legs a break because this game's going to go deep. Walker thinks about going up, gets it out to Henderson. And again, the Knights with another rebound, just really controlling the boards. And I believe they called that on Bugner, number 13. So they inbound the ball. They get it down low to their big man. He's trying to out-hustle Walker. Walker blocks, but he is going to draw a foul. And number 25, he's going to go to the line. Again, that's Justice Dacqua. He is 29% of the line. So let's look for a rebound here for the Lightning. It's a 2-shot foul. And just off the front of the rim. 2:29 remaining in this third period. Who's our third period sponsors right now?
We have Mandy Welds and Chandler Financial Group.
That would be Chandler Financial Group, but I can understand the. If y'all can see the screen up here, super tiny. He's got to have those young eyes to be able to read that. So Justice with the second shot at the line. Going to be off the back of the rim, and Hudson Walker hustles to get the rebound. He's going to take it up court. So kind of a 4-on-3 time of Caleb Cranton trying to finger roll and almost gets it in, but draws a foul by number 25 from the man who was just at the line on the other end of the court. So Caleb Cranton going to the line. Cranford, I said Cranton. Cranford.
He has a 62% free throw percentage on the season, so hopefully he can get on that the good end of that.
And just in and out of the basket as we have number 5, Cosper Candy, and number 2, Mason Phillips entering the game to give Black and Henderson a breather as we still have a lot of basketball left in this game. And he trains that one, nothing but nylon. So Cranford meets his guy at half court. That's Micah Jones all over his guy. They're doing a lot of perimeter action. He just kind of throws it up there. It's going to be over the back. That's a second quick foul on Dakwa as they're going to sub in for him. Looks like number 5. Number 5, they have their own Micah Jones. And that's going to send Walker to the line.
And Walker with a 66% free throw percent on the season. So once again, let's see if we can stay on the good end of that statistic.
Absolutely. High arc just short on the rim. Yeah, they're bringing out Dakwa, and then their Micah Jones is in, number 5. He has 25 points on the season, and I believe a timeout was called, so we're going to take a quick break with you. You're watching Evangel Lightning Basketball.
When lightning strikes, call Craig Doris State Farm, your local neighborhood agent. With over 20 years of service, Craig and his team are ready to help you navigate life's storms. They provide customized planning and risk management to protect your property, provide financial relief and loss, and realize long-term investment goals. Contact them today at craigdoris.com. Are you wanting to buy or sell recreational land or a farm? Call William O'Neill with Base Camp Country Real Estate at 205-470-7812 or email william.o'neill@basecampcountry.com. Base Camp Country Real Estate. It's more than dirt, it's a lifestyle.
All right, we are back. 2 minutes remain in this third period. 10 minutes remain in the game as a total as Hudson Walker goes back to the line for the Lightning.
Yeah, this is his second free throw. Missed the first one, so he's on the second one now.
Just off the front of the rim, Bugner with the rebound, goes up strong, and he gets it. 2 points for Big 1-3. As we're now in full court press, Mason Phillips not messing around, trying to trap him. They're going to break the press. As he just kind of trips over his own feet, they're going to call traveling on number 1, Adam Dupree, who's been very effective tonight. Evangel take over, and the Knights not pressing, 37-54. The Knights on top.
Yeah, we could really use some big shots right here from the three-point line.
And the bucket, he listened for you. It just didn't fall. We just tonight have not had those buckets drop like we have in the past. Mason Phillips, some tight defense, but gets a little aggressive and draws a foul. That may be 1-1. Yep, so that's 1-1. Adam Dupree, the sophomore, going to the line for the Knights.
So what number is that one?
At the line should be number 1, Adam Dupree.
He has about a 52% free throw percentage on the season and staying on the good end of that right now.
So, yeah, he drains that first one. 18-point ball game. The Knights only have 2 guys in the paint for a rebound. And he just hits nothing but net on that one as Bugner gets it into Phillips. Phillips takes it to the top of the key, looking for some magic right now out of the Lightning. Hudson Walker with a great fingertip. If he wanted to, he could have brought the house down. As Mason Phillips has a block, he's going to get it back over to Bugner. Bugner is swiped away by the Knights.
It's a good play right there.
So try to keep this momentum going, keep that pressure on the Knights. Bugner's going to inbound the ball over to Phillips. Phillips at the top of the key, and it's just going to be short. Bugner goes up strong, just a little too much. Here comes Cosper Candy, puts it on the ground. You got to go straight up as soon as you get that rebound. Can't put it on the floor.
I think on that three there was a little bit of, there was some tipping right.
And Cosper Candy comes in very aggressive. Going to call the jump ball. And a turnover for the Lightning, a little bit of momentum swing right now. Actually, they're calling a foul. I was a little bit behind one of the Twinkies, so I didn't see everything that happened. Grayson, could you see what happened?
Yeah, I don't know either. The camera's kind of blocking my view on that point, but I guess they saw something.
All right, so number 5, Cosper Candy at the line. And rims it off the back of the rim. May not be max preps. So 55 seconds remain in the third period. Got to drop this one. Off the back of the rim, and the Knights come away with a rebound. So the Lightning in full court press. Bugner almost strips the ball away as they have good eyes down to the lane, and a great shot. That was number 20 for them, Wilson Egerton. Mason Phillips drives the lane, gets it over to Cranton, who wasn't ready for it. Phillips had the shot right there. He should have taken it. We got to start being more aggressive when we see those open shots.
Yeah, I think that was just a miscommunication. I don't think he was ready for that pass right there.
Yeah, so Cosper Candy and Phillips tried to make the trap over there. Great block by Walker. Walker going to come up with a hard foul. Walker almost had a great takeaway. Cosper Candy had his hand on it, but they're going to call the foul on 42. And that's going to bring up number 5, Micah Jones, for the Knights.
Once again on a 50% free throw. I believe he made both of his 2 last time he was at the line.
And off the front of the rim, I believe the roller derby may have had something to do with that miss. As Eli Black checks into the game for Hudson Walker. Hudson Walker going to get a little bit of a break before we start this fourth period. There's 24 seconds remaining. Here's the second attempt by Jones. And this time off the back of the rim, and Eli Black out rebounding. Bugner tries to make a block, but they put another bucket back in. This is where the boards matter so much for the Lightning. And the bucket tries to drive the paint, draws a foul from Jones, so he'll go to the line. As the Lightning are down 21 points.
See if you can keep that good free throw percentage. I think he's our best on the team, and it'd be a really clutch moment right here.
We got to start setting plays for some open shots as he makes his first one. The score 40-60. Ezekiel Knights on top as Jones comes out of the ball game. I think both coaches are trying to play the foul game right here. Some of their top scorers are on the bench as the Bugner drains the second one, 41-60. Eli Black with the interception. You got to go up strong there, Eli. Gets it over to Phillips. There's just 5 seconds left. Bugner off the rim. Cranton goes up strong. He's going to get fouled on the way up, so he's got 2 shots at the line. A chance for a couple of points right before this third period, and much needed right now.
With a 62% free throw on the season, once again, we gotta have some momentum to carry over into this fourth quarter. It can be really crucial right here.
And in for the first one. Makes it an 18-point ball game. Still a full period to go. And he gets nothing but net on that one. As the Knights not going to be able to do anything with this ball. It is the change of the periods. We're going to stay with you through this break to kind of discuss how do we make up a 17-point ball game. And I'll tell you the answer. We have to rebound the ball.
Yeah, we really got to start.
Right now, we have to rebound the ball.
Yeah, we got to start playing physical. They got some big dudes, and this is where we have some tall guys, and they got to go up there and just snatch it out of the air and put it back in the basket.
All right, so it is a 17-point deficit. We've made up a little room here in the third period, but the Ezekiel Knights are here to play. They are not missing many shots, and they're doing an effective job of pressing us, getting the ball down the court in the lane for some high percentage shots. Right now is not the time to panic. We don't have to do an air raid quite yet. They'd be helpful. Don't get me wrong. If they want to shoot an open three, absolutely light it up. But right now we got to look for open shots.
Yeah, we just got to get some of those big momentum plays that just can get us into a full swing, and we haven't had that tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And, it'd be really good if we could have one big run here in the fourth quarter, but, just got to do what we got to do.
All right, so the starting five out there is 13, Bugner. Number 30, Eli Black. Number 5, Cosper Candy. Number 42, Hudson Walker. Am I missing somebody? Oh, and Mason Phillips, number 2, who has the ball at the top of the key. And tries to get inside the Black. Black just mishandles it. He fired it in there. It was a great shot, but just a little too much spice on there for number 30. And they get it to the top of the key. They're swinging the ball really well. In and out of the basket, Mason Phillips with the rebound.
Good
looking for some help.
Going to take it slow here for a second.
Bugner looking for help. Phillips wide open at the top of the key, just off front of the rim, but great rebound by Bugner, and that's 2 more points. It's now only a 15-point ball game, and as we talked, we got to rebound that ball. Great job by Walker and Cosper Candy. And there's going to be a whistle on the opposing coach. I think it's just a warning. They're going to say he called a timeout before we had the jump ball. So it's an exciting game. We're going to stay right here with you. Let's talk some more things into existence. How about some three-pointers that are nothing but net, and then they turn around and shoot it on our own goal for us?
That would be really good. It's low percentage of that happening.
Low percentage.
American dream.
All right, 7:14 remaining. That's just 7 minutes and 14 seconds to gain 15 points on this very talented Ezekiel Knights basketball club. So it looks like they still have their big man out. They haven't brought him back in as their coach is drawing up some plays for the Knights. As you see, the Lightning getting ready to come back on the court. We have Eli's out there. Hudson Walker, Bugner, Phillips, and Cosper Candy. Same 5. Evangel defending on a full court press.
Yeah.
Good switch up right there. How about a 5-second call? Just in time. And Hudson Walker tips it in the air. Mason Phillips with the ball with the jump shot, and he drains it for 2 more. That cuts it down to 13, 47-60. The Lightning have a little bit of momentum as the crowd's back in this, but they have a 2-on-1 as one of their guys goes rolling. They're trying to swing it out down into the paint. Bugner down low, but great job by number 30. That was Jonathan Lynch. Bugner in a little bit of trouble. Going to call a foul on number 20 on the floor. A very intense game as the Lightning are trying to make something happen.
Yeah, I think Ezekiel's going to try to do everything they can to stop Evangel's momentum right here. They're not inbounding it correctly, I guess.
Inbound to Cosper. Back to Bugner. I'd like to see him start living up to his name, the Bucket. He's played well, but just some of those three-pointers haven't dropped like they have in the past. Candy with a wide-open shot at the top of the 3, and Bugner's there to put it back in for 2, and that's a great rebound. Catch it at the high point and put it right back in. Textbook basketball, high IQ, as they're trying to find the baseline. There's a guy wide open in the paint. In number 23, that's Elijah Taylor. He's been trouble for us all night. Drops a deep one. And Mason Phillips, nowhere to go, went up with no shot. The turnover and a nice, easy lay-in. So they're not making it easy for us. Nice, great pass down to Black. Black down to Walker. Walker's going to drive the lane for a nice bucket. Your score now 51-67, 16-point game. Walker looking for help from his teammates, and that should be a travel. What are they going to call? There's some extra discussion going on over here between the coach and the ref. I believe they called that on Walker. Looked like he said 42. 2 shots, so Elijah Taylor at the line, not the guy we want to see up there. He's been trouble for the Lightning all night long. And Taylor not liking the Ducks in the background. He's missed 3 from the line. And their big man, number 25, Justice Dakwa, back in the game for the Knights. As we have 14, Micah Jones back in the game. Micah with some fresh legs, looking to make some things happen for the Lightning. And that's 4 misses in a row for Taylor from the line. As we get it to Jones, he's moving it up the court.
Definitely a chance to make up some points right here, kind of get us back on some momentum.
And just off the hands of number 14, and so now it's time to start playing extra aggressive. We might start fouling. That was tipped, so it's not over and back. And the Evangel Lightning defense very quick, trying to make a turnover. And it's going to be a jump ball. Cosper Candy in there. And I believe it's going to remain the Knights' ball. We're just now under 5 minutes. So we need some razzle-dazzle here by the Lightning to make something happen. And there's a wide open from the corner. And, of course, they drain it. That was number 15, Justice Teat. He's been hot all night from the corner for the Knights. And they're just finding ways to get guys open. As we see Jones in the corner, he's wide open. Just off the back of the rim. That would have been a tough rebound for anybody, as they're now going to try to make as much time off the clock as a short shot by Justice. And Micah Jones trying to go up strong for a layup. Should have went up strong earlier to draw the foul. Great move by Elijah Taylor. Misses the rebound. Dakwa tries to put it back in. We get the rebound. Cosper Candy heading up court, trying to find somebody to get it to Eli Black. Puts it on the floor and back up. A lot of hard-nosed basketball, as they're going to call jump ball. So that should be Lightning ball. So some aggressive basketball going on as the Lightning are trying to claw their way back out of this big deficit. We're down 19. As Eli looking to get the ball in over to Cosper Candy. We got to start working with a sense of urgency right now. They're in a 2-3 zone defense, leaving us wide open. Just very unlike our Lightning to miss so many of these three-point shots. Bugner with a great fadeaway makes your score 53-70. And the bucket with a good steal. Elijah Black goes in for the layup and misses.
I think it's because you call him Elijah. I think that's why.
Of it. All right, so the Knights ball, 3 minutes and 31 seconds. Elijah dives after it, goes off court. Nice block by Jones. Looked like he had all ball, but they're going to call a foul. Number 13 is going to go to the line. That's Kelson Free. Really hadn't done a ton tonight, as he's one of their top scorers, but he's going to be at the line for the Knights. And here's his first attempt. And he drained it. I didn't hear any ducks in the background. I think we missed an opportunity.
Yeah, 13 with a 65% free throw percentage on the season right now.
All right, so Black coming off. That's Eli Black, also known as Elijah Black. Hudson Walker in the game. He makes both his free throws. Bugner driving it up the court. Gets it down to Walker. Walker could have brought down the house, but a nice lay-in for 2 points. And Bugner almost right there for the steal. Good ball handling skills as they get it down to the big man. Big man with a little hook shot. And that's going to be a foul on number 23. That's Stone Henderson. And number 1, Adam Dupree, will go to the line. All right, Dupree, 14 of 23 on the year. He's been at the line a couple times tonight, and he drains his first one. The Ducks are screaming, and not enough as we inbounds the ball to Henderson. Back out to Bugner. Bugner with a jump shot at the free throw line, just off the front of the rim. We're now under 3 minutes left in this ball game. I don't think there's a whole lot the Lightning can do right now, as we're trying to play aggressive D to get the ball back. As we get it, they get it down to the big man for an easy bucket of 2. That makes the score 76-55. The Knights on top. And the bucket just off tonight. Hasn't really caught that flame like we've seen in the past. Now there's 2:24 remaining in this ball game. The Knights up by 21. Good steal right there. I believe that was Jones. Yep, number 14, Micah Jones for the Lightning. Which allows the Lightning to inbound it over here on the far side. Gets it to Phillips. Phillips gets it over to Henderson. Henderson, deep three.
Oh,
and he goes way downtown. I'm afraid it's going to be a little, too late for the Lightning here late in this fourth period. 2:10 left to go. But the Lightning's retain possession. Henderson drops back out again with a quick three.
I think there was some hand on that ball right there.
And the Knights get the ball safely up court. We try to have the trap, and they're going to call a foul on Jones. That's another quick foul on him in the last minute. So Lightning down 18 points. That's number 13, Kelson Free, back at the line. He made both his shots earlier. And nothing but net on that one. And that's number 3 checking into the game. That's Anderson Drew. He's a sophomore.
Yeah, looks like the Lightning's going to start bringing in some of the younger guys and see if they can get a few reps in.
All right, so the Knights in a full court press up by 20. Typically don't see that, but we get the ball up the court. And Micah Jones, I'm sorry, not Micah Jones, Stone Henderson way downtown for the Lightning. And they get it down below to number 25. Good block by Hudson Walker. Walker gets it back out to Drew. They're going to say he traveled. I just don't think he had a possession of it.
I don't think it was truly in his hands. He was kind of fumbling with it.
Coach Bugner trying to make the argument for the young man right there, but no dice. As there's a minute 35 remaining in this ball game. Getting very physical down there. That was on Bugner.
Going against the Knights, actually.
I didn't see the call. I thought they said 1-3. They may have said 1-3 on the other side. So yeah,
it may have been on Kelson Free.
Oh, and just an off-balance pass by the young sophomore right there. Just a lot of missed opportunities. I'm not saying so much sloppy play, but just playing with maybe too much stress or urgency. That's a great turnover by Walker as he gets it out over to number 14, and he drains it way downtown. That makes it 64-78. Hudson Walker going to have a double dribble.
And you just have games like that where you don't get in that rhythm. You don't get that big momentum swing, and it happens.
Yeah. But a big three-point play right there. Your Lightning 64. The Knights 78. Have we called out our fourth period sponsors? Why don't we do our fourth period sponsors?
We have Keystone Surfaces and Healthy Harveys.
Thank you so much for our sponsors helping you bring this game to you tonight, and we will see you Thursday and Friday again this week as our ladies will be here on Thursday night, and then our men will be back here on Friday night. And we should have about the same crew here calling and bringing you this game, so make sure you stay tuned in for that. We're going to try to go a little early on Thursday to get our JV girls some broadcast time, and then the same thing on Friday, get our JV boys some broadcast time. And make sure you like and subscribe to our channel so you can get those alerts on when those games are going to go live. Wow, I sound like a real live professional right there. That was fantastic. Go back and watch that clip and make a comment. All right, so they try to inbound it. Hudson Walker playing a little soccer out there, headbutting the ball into the crowd. Nice little souvenir for the young man in PJs over there.
Yeah, definitely an interesting apparel choice for this game.
All right, so a minute 10. Anderson Drew out of the game. Simeon Bugner in the game for the Lightning. Walker all over his guy. They're going to try to dribble it out, but the Lightning's going to try to make him pay for it. And that's going to be kind of a blocking foul. Yeah, that's going to be on number 23, Stone Henderson. Got a little aggressive going after the ball. I believe that's going to take them to the line. Yeah, that's number 13 going to the line, Kelson Free. He's been to the line a lot in the past couple minutes.
He's had a lot of reps in the fourth period.
So they may have thought that Henderson had 5 fouls, but he only has 4. And another bucket for Free. Free is at the free throw.
Yep.
I missed it all game, and I'm just now noticing it.
Can't believe you missed that, Matt.
And he drains that one. As Jones brings it up the court. Henderson, another deep three. I thought that was going to go in again. He's been taking some Steph Curry-style threes as Bugner yanking on that jersey as he's going to get a takeaway. He's going to go from way downtown. Misses the rim. And I think they're going to call that out on the Lightning. That should be Knights ball.
I think he tried to throw it off.
Yeah.
It may have still touched him, I think.
Yeah.
I think this will may have grazed him at some point.
So 16-point ball game, 44 seconds left. And the Lightning still playing tough. His own man kind of runs into him. They're going to get it up court to Free. Free deep pass. As again, they're going to try to run the clock out. 30 seconds remaining. They're going to tie it up. They tried to call a timeout. I don't know if they got it. They're going to call a jump ball. And the Knights take a timeout. We're going to stay right here with you. Just 30 seconds left in this ball game. We've seen some improvement in this second half. However, we have seen the Knights kind of pull back, at least on their full court press. So we didn't have to contend with that. But certainly a lot of things to take away. Really, it's the misses. I mean, we've had a lot of missed shots tonight, of shots we typically just don't miss on. And then rebounds, at least early in the game, we struggled with. They had a lot of putbacks. And one of the things our young men have to learn, as soon as we get a rebound and we're down by the bucket, go up, draw that foul, get the ball up to the basket, hope it either goes in or you're drawing a foul. But that's something we got time to work on. Again, it's getting later into the season, but these are the games that make you better right here.
Yeah, just making those contested shots and all that kind of stuff. You just got to get that, and that's just what makes a victory so good.
I was over here on this side. I didn't see what the call was.
It's not a call. He's
they're just holding it out.
Yeah.
So they're going to allow the clock to run out. Just 15 seconds remaining. Both squads understanding just a well-played game by the Ezekiel Knights. Really, both squads came in here tonight prepared for our Lightning. They showed up. Good basketball all the way around. Really just some unfortunate misses for the Lightning tonight. That's something we certainly work on. Shoot-arounds are really easy to work on, but hitting those boards, rebounding is something we really have to work on, and every coach says that, right? I mean, it's all about reboundings and hitting the boards. Again, we're going to see you guys again this Thursday. I believe the ladies play at 5, so we may start broadcasting around 3:45 for our JV girls team. I'm excited about that. And then Friday, we have our JV boys and boys playing, so please stay tuned for that. Grayson, any final thoughts before we get out of here?
No, yeah, I pretty much sum up everything you said. Just make contested shots, and yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank our broadcast crew, Natalie Holmes, tonight on the camera for the varsity boys game and doing the color for the girls game. I want to thank Jimmy and Marcus for running camera and running the stream. And Grayson Holmes, his first color analyst call tonight. Great job. We'll have to have you back. We don't know where Wesley is, so we'll see if we can get some more of the home crew back. We'd love to have 2 cameras. We have a camera on the floor. But, again, we thank you so much for your time tuning in. We are out of time. We're going to see you next time. You've been watching Evangel Lightning Basketball. Strike Lightning.